Don't look down. Don't look down.
Yay, new intro.
Nice.
Very cool.
Good
That is
job.
You like?
outstanding.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Thank
Super
you.
on theme.
You have no idea. The second we were like, so we're gonna be like kind of cyberpunky, and I went, oh my gosh, all of my neon can come out, and I like it's way overdone. There's so much, and I don't even care. I'm so happy about it.
Neon to the max.
Yes, all the neons. Hi everybody. Welcome to session 0 for Dice Dames and Dudes season freaking 3. After
Race.
quite the upset for season 2 and a couple of broken hearts, we are getting ready to kick it off again.
Hey,
What?
as far as anyone knows, we all lived.
Yeah.
That's the good thing.
It's totally fine. My camera doesn't want to focus. So we've got some changes. We got some new stuff that's happening. Before we get to all of the craziness, let's go ahead and go around the room. Sai, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. Sorry, I'm just taking a video real quick. Okay.
Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be taking a video right now the moment we go live?
Shut it.
It's an appropriate time to do that.
So
Totally.
fucking mean. Shut up. Shut up.
Luke,
Yeah.
how have you been?
I have been good. I've been working on the book and, just basically been sitting here in front of my drawing tablet working and taking care of Grandma. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
There you go.
Woodrow.
Doing good, just working, and unfortunately my car's in the shop, so I'm kind of grounded in the house for right now. So,
Aw.
but other than that, good.
DoorDash.
Yep.
And of course, y'all may have noticed we have little sis with us now. Hi, Raven. How are you?
I'm alive.
That's good.
That's
We
awesome.
appreciate
What I
that.
can get, you know.
Yeah. This is going to be so much fun. I am not going to lie. I've done absolutely no preparation for this. I've been so busy at work. So, Woodrow's just super sweet, and he's like, it's fine. Like, I'll just remember this later when, your rolls suck and I have to punish you for something. I'll be like, you remember how you weren't ready for session 0? It has come back.
No, that's what session 0 is about. It's about getting ready, so you don't have to be ready when you come in. So that's the good thing about session 0. No pressure.
Thank goodness,
Just
because
figure things
I'm
out.
never ready. I'm always preparing.
Are you guys simulcasting this to your... okay. That's why I'm not seeing anybody in the chat. Okay.
Oh, did you
I was on
go
the other channel.
Which one
Yeah.
were you on?
I was on Red Valkyrie Plays.
Valkyries play.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
So-
Yeah, that one.
If everyone wants to move over to Valkyries Play, which is what the link I actually sent out in the tweet was for, we'd appreciate it because we got to get that channel monetized now.
We do, and we gotta get viewership up on that for people who are
Rookie numbers.
late. Right,
Get
we
those
got
numbers.
super rookie
I was
numbers.
just wondering why I wasn't. I'm seeing the comments over here, like I'm seeing the chat over here, and I'm looking at the the YouTube, and I'm just like, am I missing something here? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Twitch channel. Yeah.
Skull,
Yeah.
beautiful.
on-
Actually, I gotta go get my coffee.
So yes, we're on both YouTubes, and then the Twitch I converted over into Valkyries Play for gaming.
Yes.
Because comics do not do dick on Twitch, so gaming it is.
Yep, and the oh my gosh, my
Jesus.
camera is dying.
Stop rubbing your greasy thumb on it.
I did nothing. I didn't even touch it. Hold on. Wonder if I. Oh, it's so fucking bright. Oh,
There you go.
it's too bright. Dim. Oh, that's it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Woo. I did. This super professional streamer, I swear. I do this all the time.
I'm just sitting here in awe.
Fuck off. Anyway, yeah, so for people who are late to the game, we are kind of splitting off some of our stuff. So the cosplay stuff is mostly going to be going over to By Gaslight. All of our gaming content, to include Dice Dames and Dudes, is going to be going over to Valkyries Play, which Sai runs. And then Red Valkyrie is going to be our indie-specific focus. So that's where our indie comics and our fringe benefits shows and our chill streams are likely going to be. So we're streamlining.
Very good. She sounds slick and smooth now.
Yes,
That's,
we are attempting to be professional.
That's quite the pun.
Very good.
We're streamlining.
Ew. Ew.
But
You did it.
I didn't mean
first
to.
dad joke of the night.
The first of many, I am sure. We have Sai here and we have Raven here, so we're just dad joking it up all night, I guarantee.
It's the best.
Now, we are taking bets on whether or not we'll hear the old lady voice tonight.
Who bet against it?
It's really silly to have done that.
Scared.
Feline, good idea. Give me just a second, and I will do just that. Oh wait, I can't because I'm not signed into Valkyries Play. Oh, I can. Hold on, I can switch accounts.
God.
I forgot. I'm new to streaming. I've never done this before. I swear.
It's baby
Don't look
step
at the last
three.
4 years on YouTube.
4.5.
Hasn't been a half yet. Next month.
April,
next.
actually.
Yeah.
Raven, why are you so small?
I gotta be real with you. I thought this prison camera view was gonna do it for you guys, but it's not doing it for me either. I think I need to move it, but it's gonna be an awkward kind of thing.
Don't you have like a camera settings app that you can just zoom?
If I do, then she's somewhere. I don't even know what to search for that. maybe I do have it.
I now have coffee.
I'm
Yay
proud
for
of
coffee.
That's right.
Did you
Skull
bring enough for the
feline.
class?
Good to see you, beautiful.
I can't believe I was just typing. Okay. I was just typing and I couldn't find it. I lost it.
I can't adjust my settings while I'm live. It'll be an after stream thing.
That's
Nice.
fine.
So, I wanted to share something cool. While Shay was here, I went through and did some really kick-ass stuff with the office. First of all, I have a massive green screen, which you guys will be seeing soon. Second of all, for the first time in 2.5 years, I deep cleaned my computer.
Hey, that's huge.
It was-
Loaded.
It was big.
It was what?
I said it was big, as in like a big deal.
It really was. Give me one.
As in, like, cleaning the hard drives out, or like physically cleaning the actual
Physically cleaning
apparatus?
the dust.
Oh.
Those dust
Yeah.
bunnies will get you, man.
Yeah, seriously, that will fuck up your machine if you're not careful.
It didn't grab a lot of dust. There was just a lot of mom and dog hair in the fans.
That
Because
will
I've
do
got-
it too.
I've got filters. It wasn't horrible though, but it's much quieter now.
I
She
bet.
was screaming before.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually talked during that video because someone couldn't fucking keep vamping. So I'm just going to have to mute the sound of that video to play for you guys. But yeah, sounds good. And I cleaned off my desk.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Well done.
So you see how there's only one piece of audio equipment up there now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Very organized.
with
That's
Shay's
nice.
inspiration, I got under my desk, got every cable off the floor, so now I can actually clean under my desk.
Yeah.
They're all wire managed, and I'm
Cable
really proud of it.
management.
Oh hey,
Having a clear desk space is not only good for keeping things organized, but it's also good for mental clarity.
thank you, some person, for the happy belated birthday.
Happy late birthday, Sai.
Thank you. It was 8 days ago.
Did you have a good one?
I had the best one. Shay was here.
Aw,
It was really nice.
It's cute.
I mean, we cooked together, we cleaned together.
Baby Bat's calling you out, by the way. How come Sai is never on camera?
This is literally my face.
That is true. It's because Sai is bad at making sure that they give themselves enough time so they can actually get ready for camera.
Sai is editing a book and also had to build the overlays, the backgrounds, and stuff like that for
I am
the stream.
currently doing our outro, and I was up until 2:30 a.m.
Exactly.
doing our intro, and I'm on camera looking like...
You have no choice.
You look great.
Thank you! My hair is a disaster right now. I wore a headband today, and now this is the look. This is the only look that's
Slick back
available.
is very French.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just...
It's
Wee wee.
Sai is shy. Alright,
I am
What?
shy. Just ask Fanta.
no.
What?
You know exactly what I'm saying.
I do. I'm not...
No, you're just being a dick.
I'm working on other things, is what I'm doing.
Whatever. All right. So this is a session 0, which means that we gotta make our shit. So Woodrow, the floor is yours, sir.
All right. So first, I want to just go over what I plan on to do. We're going to create a concept, a general concept, and then once we have that concept in our head, go and create the character, pick your race, class, stats, background, and we'll probably want to do custom backgrounds for this since it's a cyberpunk world and we're using a fantasy setting system. And then we'll go through this thing called lifestyle priorities, and it's essentially picking your home, your vehicle, your savings, your cyberware, and your medical resources, and what you have the most in the least and stuff like that. Like, are you homeless? Do you have a nice little setup pad to start? All that kind of thing. We'll place them in the world, and then one thing we want to think of is a reason to adventure. Some sort of reason in either your background or something that you want to accomplish, something that makes you sort of want to leave home and accomplish missions. Also, some of the things are a little different. When you're creating your character, you'll notice proficiencies like crossbow, hand crossbow, light crossbow, stuff like that. Those are essentially will also equal like laser pistols and submachine guns and all of your sort of shooting weapons. So if you want to be proficient with like your laser pistols, you'll want to make sure you have crossbows, light, heavier hand on your sheet somewhere. Also, the vehicles, there's like vehicle land, vehicle air proficiencies you can get. Land is essentially wheels, treads, and low hover, and then air is flying cars and spacecraft. That covers those things. If you want to be some sort of like mechanic or an engineer, you'll want to get make sure you have proficiency in mason's tools, smith's tools, or tinkering tools through the character creation. That'll sort of cover that. But from there, essentially, we can get into our creation. So I'm going to say, Sai, you kind of have gone over the most with what you want to do. Luke's second most, so let's go ahead and start with you. So for your race, what were you thinking so far for your race?
See, it's gonna really depend on how you basically manage bonuses. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to sign this up right here. Mm-hmm. It's gonna depend on bonuses, because at this point there's no point in taking. I'm not locked into taking a half elf like I was going to do if I was going to be carrying on the legacy of family from season 2. So, based on the class that I'm picking and the skills that I'm going to focus on, what would you recommend? I'm curious to hear your take.
Here's the good thing about the settings we chose. We chose custom background and then optional features. With the optional features, I believe with any of the races, you can switch out the bonus stats. So essentially, instead of looking at the bonus stats, what would be best for your build, you can kind of pick whatever you want and customize. Because like you can have a buff elf, stuff like that. It gives you a lot of variety. So it's more of looking into the like racial abilities that you want. Like humans, they get the starting feat if you use the optional feature, or they get like a +1 to everything. And then there's like the elf. If you wanted to keep like that trance ability, if you really like that, you could go with elf or half elf again. They would make good hackers. But really, it's up to you, sort of what you want to play thematically. It could be anything. That's sort of what's nice about the optional features.
Okay, and are there any, I guess, restrictions then? Like races that don't exist, races that are heavily regulated, races that have, like, I don't know, all of them are wanted in the area of space we're going to be in, that kind of thing?
Nothing like that. You can essentially pick anything from the D&D Beyond that there is. I don't think there's anything that's not in the galaxy. We have halflings, gnomes. There's some weird things like, similar to last season, Dwemer are sort of one race, and they're both dwarves and gnomes. They sort of belong to the same species. There's changelings, which in this galaxy they have a subtype of plant, because they're actually similar to last season. They're a fungal people. And then orcs and goblins are closely related. You can't. Oh, here's one thing that's a good thing you asked. Gith is the one race that's sort of, they're thought to be an extinct race, so it would be hard to sort of work one into the story. So I would suggest not picking Gith. Let's see.
It's pronounced Jif.
Oh, my bad.
Don't you start that shit again.
Jith. The Jith. And in this galaxy, they're referred to as the Nosians, which is why it's called the Nosian Galaxy. They're sort of like the, proto-ancient race that went missing, sort of thing. There's sort of mysteries all around the galaxy from them, and temples and stuff like that. Ooh.
There we go.
That is fancy.
Thanks.
And then
all the RGB.
Yes, and I have it all working, and that's not easy.
No, it's not. That shit was confusing. And if you wanted to play a cat person, they're Leonin and Tabaxi traditionally, but in this, they're the same race.
Most of us were here for season 1. That is a big negatory.
But in this, they're referred to as Aluran, but they're just one race. They're just like cat folk. And then there's a couple homebrew races you can pick from. You'll see in there. One is called the Formicine, which is a sentient insect queen that has a swarm that follows her commands, and they're very smart. They essentially have mastered nanotechnology throughout the galaxy, and anything that they carry on them can move like little nanobots similar to them. Any tech they have, so they can like move through small spaces and stuff like that. They're pretty interesting race. There's Merfolk, which kind of covers your gambit of underwater races that aren't just sea elves. And some of them have like a natural poison. Some of them have armor. Then there's a homebrew race called Thagorians. They're kind of they evolved from an insectoid-like primate, and they have 4 big arms. So they're kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger if he had thick leathery skin and 4 arms, and like a bone crest that covers their head. Then there's the Parakan. They're the dinosaur humanoid race that it's like what's the dinosaur is called, like a Parasaurus or Parasaur, where they have that long crest on the top and like the duck features. It's like Ducky from Land Before Time. They're sort of like a humanoid version of that. They escaped the destruction of Earth when the meteor hit and killed the dinosaurs, and escaped into the Outlands, which is this area of space you're in. There's a race called Zelmari. They're essentially humans, but they have they're bright colored skin, bright colored hair, and they are full of emotion. So when they have like emotional outbursts, their hair sort of changes color, and they also release a pheromone that can cause people to sort of become friendly to them. And
Emotional, damn it!
Sorry.
What race was this?
Zelmari. They're essentially humans, but they're just colorful humans and very, very passionate.
Oh my god, I kind of love that.
And then the last one I wouldn't suggest playing. I haven't made it all the way, but you will experience them at some point. They're called Phylaxians. They're sort of like a blind cyclops, a little bit bigger than a human, but they've become like addicted to augmenting their body with cybernetics. So they're not necessarily blind anymore because all of them have cybernetic implants, but they're very strange looking. They look very different. They're not just like, some of them have like tank treads for legs and giant like lobster mandible arms that are mechanical and stuff like that. They look really weird. But you might see one out there every now and then. But those are essentially like the homebrew
Raven's
weird
grinning.
races.
It sounds like they got tank arms. That's cool too.
Raven's gonna be a turtle.
Ooh, you can be a turtle. Yeah, there's a turtle races. They come from Nong. It's a world, yeah, like a water world, swamp water world.
Taking notes.
But yeah. So races is all up in the air. You can play anything, be from any weird little strange backwater planet. You know, it's all on the table. And then Sai, class. I know we talked about a couple. Which one did you end up settling on?
It's coming to me.
It was fighter or monk, right? I think were the two.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're both good. You can even mix them cross-class if you want. There's some cool things you could do.
Wasn't it monk so that I had chi? Or ki or whatever the fuck it's called?
They're both technically correct. Just depends on where from, I think.
I was gonna say something horribly racist, but we'll spare Raven on the first night.
Everybody gets
No,
just
but-
one.
Just one. That's it. That's the only one you get, Raven.
Monk would be good. I think there's a class of monk. If you go back to that first page and turn on critical role content, I believe there's a monk that gets extra reactions. That could be kind of interesting. There's also like open palm, which you can like stun people, and you're essentially like, you know, Bruce Lee. And I
What's
think
an
there's a couple that
ASMR?
have. That is like someone who's born similar to like a tiefling, how they have like fiendish ancestry in their blood. The ASMR could have fiendish, but it usually has celestial. And by fiendish, I mean like dark, a evil celestial. Someone like a
Yeah,
fallen
there are
angel or
4
something
options here. A variant, a fallen, a protector, or a scourge.
like that. Yeah, they're all
Fallen looks interesting.
slightly different. And then you could tie all that into your background.
You know me. I like the
The edgy.
No, I was gonna say the non-Blanco characters.
Oh,
I like to have a little color.
there's merfolk. Merfolk are pretty crazy. So imagine like a lionfish, but pearlescent colors, or iridescent. I mean, not pearlescent, but iridescent coloring, and they sort of have like a, you know, like a mane of lion fish tendrils and stuff like that. Or you could look like a Sahagin or something if you want to, some sort of weird underwater creature.
No, because Luke's character would be constantly like threatening to piss on my waterbed or something, or piss in my aquarium. I know Luke.
I'm sure there'll be creative insults no matter what we pick. It seems to be a talent with this group.
Yes.
What is the skill going to be for hacking? That's what I was going to ask you.
Hacking
Like
is
what?
use computer and investigate, essentially. And I'm gonna put use computer on your sheet. If I haven't already, I can go in and edit right
So
now.
is that intelligence and then perception?
Yeah, it'll be intelligence and proficiency. And since you're gonna be picking like hacker as a background for your background skill, we're essentially gonna give you proficiency in these computers. So
Gotcha.
you'll get that in the background.
Gotcha. I was worried about screwing myself.
Yep. Fighter, I think, might be better than monk if you're gonna go main hacking, and that way you wouldn't have to like worry about putting it into wisdom as well, because monks are more wisdom based, and that kind of not necessarily clashes with intelligence, but usually one of the two is higher than the other instead of trying to have them both up pretty high. But it's up to you. You can build it.
I'm
however you want.
statting strength and dex.
That might not be smart as a monk. At least keep the dex.
Dump statting con.
There you go.
You have an hit point.
Now, we all know charisma is the classic dump stat, even though I love bards and it's my favorite class.
I think was it dex or charisma was my highest last campaign.
I think dex. Yeah, I think dexterity.
Charisma was right there though. Until someone gave me that potion. And it was wisdom. Alright. How you doing, Luke?
I'm scrolling through different options here. I mean, I think I've got my stats worked out. I think I got it pretty even across. I mean, I've figured out what I probably should have, considering I'm gonna go with a forge cleric.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to play with, especially with the background.
Yeah. I wanted to play something that I haven't played before. I played a barbarian before. I played a rogue. I played a bard. Played a warlock last time. So, did the bard lock thing last time. So I figured I'd go with something brand new. Try something a little different.
Forge clerics are fun. I played one, and I played like a little sniper with a musket. It's pretty cool. What about Shay? You're going druid this time around, right? Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
And then for you, when you pick druid and start, I don't think. Oh yeah, we're starting at level 1, so you want to pick your branching your archetype yet. But you were thinking about doing like shape shifting based, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you'll definitely be the moon druid. And then Raven, were you going with cleric still, or did you have some other idea of what you want to do? Cleric still? Nice.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well,
Raven's like,
cleric.
I decided I just wanted to just raffle stomp everything and fuck being a cleric and be like, so we're all gonna die again. Cool. Cool.
Don't worry, Shay,
Understood.
druids can heal.
Heal the boo-boos. It is
That is
okay.
true. That is true.
That is my one
Oh my
job.
God.
I'm just here to make sure you live.
You mean I won't have to cross class into healing this time to keep Shay alive?
Nope.
Hey, I
Not
did
looking like
mostly, out of the two of us, which one of us had to
Most.
do death saves? Because it wasn't me.
Yep, that's true. Facts.
I
I just got
died.
really close.
I died in season 1 because I wanted to die in season 1. That's all I'm saying.
And then
you
you
got-
almost died in season
You
2.
almost died from Shay's evil clone, robot clone.
Yeah, my evil clone was a bitch.
I don't
She's the
remember
worst.
Yeah, the
I
axe
do,
dropped
because I
here,
remember
and
being
then-
like, I'm super pissed.
Yep. Shay was
She
mad.
looks like me, but she's a dick.
It all worked out for the better. And then, in terms of race, Sai, have you picked what race that you think you're thinking of? I know, Luke, you were talking about the Allurin, the cat folk.
Yeah. So actually, I wanted to ask you about that. I had changed it to Leonin in there, but it was at Tabaxi. Should I just leave it as Tabaxi, even though you say that they're all the same race?
You can pick whatever racial benefits you like. If you like the roar more than the boost of speed, pick Leonin. Or if you like the boost of speed more, pick the Tabaxi. They're both the same race, though.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just making sure that the race I'm picking isn't ugly.
Similar thing actually with orcs. If you pick Hobgoblin or Bugbear, it's technically just a different type of orc. Like Bugbears are just like hairy orcs with a little bit longer arms.
Oh.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh no,
That's
this is
unfortunate.
hideous. This is hideous. Okay, no. It was cool for a second. Change race. I was picking Vidalcan. But they have no
that's
ears.
one of the magic ones, I think. It's like a magic race.
God, I don't want to go boring human.
What about the flamboyant one? The one that
The Zelmari?
the hair changes and stuff.
No.
What? Oh, is that what you're doing, Shay?
Yes.
Nice.
Like,
Yes.
so Woodrow, we talked for like 5 seconds, but I think that you have at least somewhat of a feel, because I'm going kind of stereotypical. You have somewhat of a feel of what I was wanting with my druid, and that's kind of exactly what she needs to be, based on the personality
That's perfect.
and
And
her
the fact that
moral gray areas, and
yeah,
you
that's
know,
perfect.
yeah, exactly.
Also, you'll be embodying animals and stuff, so it'll kind of make sense for that. And then you'll be even unique among Zelmari because of their pheromone ability. They tend to not take more cybernetics than just like the neural implant that connects them to the data grid like everybody else. They tend to like keep their body quote unquote pure. But you'll be sort
and
of
this
a
is
standout.
exactly what I wanted. Is I wanted to be like that bridge between where it's like most people from my culture background, whatever, wouldn't do this, but I'm doing it to try to be like, look, we can still be cool and like not be stuck in the past, and you know. But I also like the idea of especially if the hair changes color and then I shapeshift, it'd be really cool if the whatever I shapeshift into is based on whatever the emotion is at that moment that I've shapeshifted.
Yep. Yeah, totally. You can totally marry.
It was like
those
I'm
things
feeling
together.
really happy and I shapeshift into like a hot pink bunny or something. I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
I think it'll be fun.
all sorts of possibilities.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. What's
I'm
that
good.
say? What'd you pick?
Fallen ASMR.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, when we get to your background, when we get to the background section, we'll have to really dig into that. And then, as far as race, what were you thinking, Raven? Were you going traditional human or something
I'm
weird?
a turtle.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Oh my god. Wait, what's the
Wait.
move speed?
Yep.
None of your business.
You can get cybernetic legs for that. Who cares?
Get it?
Robot.
Oh my
Robot
god!
turtle, yes.
I was gonna say get
Yes.
Yep.
teeny little wheels and then just put tiny little rockets on them.
You
You'd be
can
like
do that.
when you double speed,
Or-
like when you double move, it's just you push the button and the rockets are like.
So
Remember
there
the
is-
Bugs Bunny cartoons where he's racing,
Yep.
where it's the tortoise and the hare, and he has the jet engine in the back of his shell?
That is
Yes.
possible.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Also, the rocket feet are possible. There is a gang in this world called the Comet Girls, and they wear like rocket rollerblades and extreme like sports stuff, bikes and fast cars and shit. Yeah. So.
I need to know more about this It's fast. Very fast.
Yeah, it's essentially just one of the factions in the city. There's all these different factions. There's like the Neon Kings. Let me open my thing real quick. But the Comet Girls are just high octane adrenaline junkies that protect like their little section of. They work out of Neo Tokyo. So yeah, they
That's
are.
Perfect. Oh my gosh. If I could somehow work it into the backstory that maybe my character's like a retired member or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Oh, yeah.
it'd be perfect.
Oh yeah, that's definitely possible. All right, Stick. So we've got races and then classes pretty much selected, and then you said you were going 2 clerics, a druid, and did you go monk or did you go on fighter side?
I hit monk, and
Monk.
it
Okay.
did some things when I went to pick proficiencies.
Everything good, or did you figure something out?
So originally, when I hit the top blank, it had athletics, history, insight, and it said street hacker in parentheses, and so I hit that, figuring that that's what you wanted me to take. And then it said it's been removed. What did it say here?
Oh, it was probably the proficiency from your background. I think I may have selected it in your background
Yes.
already, so it may have just removed it, so you just select it again. Let's see. Asimar Monk. Asimar, man, I'm interested to see how that works, and that's really interesting.
You keep saying that. You're making me worry.
No, it's good. It's a very good thing. Let's see. Fallen languages, fallen Asimara, custom background. Yeah. Okay. And then for your tool, you'll want to pick like Tinker's tool since you're gonna go.
Yep, I already have.
Okay. Cool. And then skill proficiencies, you can leave. Or you could pick them, and then I'll add use computer to your thing, and then the street hacker.
Okay.
You sort of have the that bonus. Okay, yeah, the bonus is there. It's working okay. So you essentially have spent a bunch of time digging through files and investigating things. So you have through that time that you spent on the internet, you essentially have like a second personality. That's your online persona that you use as sort of getting jobs and stuff like that. So you have a second identity. Okay, just want to make sure it was in there right. Okay, so that is the races in the class, and if everyone wants, you can go ahead and pick your stats. So if you look at the top where it says race, class, abilities, if you don't already know, you can go ahead and you can roll if you want, or you can do the standard array, either way, or point by if you want. I tend to roll just because I like rolling them.
With standard array, because I don't trust my rolls.
Yeah, I tend to do that sometimes too, because every now and then I'll just keep getting like 9s and 10s and 12s, so I'm like, yeah, never mind this.
Yep.
Yeah. The standard array works as well. And then if once everyone gets their stats, we can start going into the backgrounds. And it looks like Sai, your background seems to be good. I might have to reword the street hacker a little bit just to make sure. So there it is, download smuggler. Okay, do you like that? So if you look down, it'll say like down low. It's underneath your tool proficiency, Sai. And it says you are acquainted with a network of smugglers who are willing to help you in and out of tight situations, essentially. Do you like that, or would you like the spy one where you have a second identity? The one that I mentioned earlier?
Probably the second identity, just because a hacker would have that.
I'm going to go in and I'm going to change real quick.
And since I haven't done this in over a year, the rolling forward's 3d6, right?
It's 4d6 and you take the
highest three.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's a spy. A criminal. Let's see.
You must think that I'm a restless case because I ran away, If you listen to the words I say, you know that I'm okay, you know it's just.
So can you roll them all at once and then decide where to stick them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can make your set and then decide where you want to put them for sure.
Cool. How you doing, Shay?
Good.
Yeah, I'll have to take some time and look through these to figure out which one exactly has the fake identity. And then, Luke, with your background, when you're going through the background, what are you selecting? You don't have to give any details you don't want to give, but just the basics.
Background is haunted one.
Okay, so you're selecting haunted one. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then, are you happy with the whoops, just pulled my headphones out. With the bonuses that you get, or is there anything you want to customize on it? Like the skill proficiencies and stuff? Because you can click the custom background feature and sort of pick what you want more. Like 2 skills, 2 tools, 2 skills or 2 languages, or 2 skills, 1 language, 1 tool.
Where is the custom background?
So if you go into
It's in description.
description,
Yeah,
and
that's
you
where I'm
look
at.
under background, you select that drop-down menu where you select haunted one, and you actually click custom background.
Oh, custom background. Okay.
And then you can, next to it, click configure, and that'll bring up, you can sort of name it whatever you want, write the description however you want it, and then underneath you can kind of pick the proficiencies and languages that it would give you, your background feature, and then your background characteristics. Characteristics that would fit most for this world are probably Wild Spacer, or like some of the criminal stuff like that. Charlatan, those ones. But then the background feature, you can kind of pick whichever one fits the most. If you liked the haunted, where like people can just see that on you, you can go ahead and select that and keep it. But you can sort of go through and look at those if you want, because there's some interesting little features.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. I think I will play around with a custom background.
And we don't have to necessarily finish up all I decide everything tonight. You can always just kind of get a general idea of what you want and fill in the details a little later. If you can't, 100% decide, that's not a big deal, because we've got some time. This is just going to give me a good idea on how to sort of hook everyone's characters in.
I have no idea what to select for background.
So let's see. Let me go through. Let me look at a character real quick and go in there. Start looking at backgrounds. Shay.
My character's name is Shay the Red's character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'll come up with a name in a minute.
Yeah, it's not important right now. So, in your background, let's see. You want to be sort of a rambunctious character, but you're a druid. Do you want to live in the outdoors, like sort of have like
Do you want to live?
Do you want to live? Yeah.
Stop there.
do you want to live in the outdoors, the sort of outskirts of the city, or do you want to actually live and have like maybe a small apartment or a house in the city? What's your sort of idea for that?
Like a shitty apartment inside the city.
Okay, a shitty
like
mega city
I'm just
apartment?
trying to make it work, despite the fact that I really don't belong in here.
Let's see. I'm gonna select folk hero and just see what the benefit is, because that might oddly fit this. Okay, so folk hero is sort of like, in this world it would translate to the common people sort of know who you are, so you stand out. Everyone kind of knows you. Let's see. You can find a place to hide, rest, or recuperate among other commoners, unless you have shown yourself to be a danger to them. They will shield you from the law or anyone else searching for you, though they won't risk their own lives. Like, so if it's like a serious situation, they won't take you in. But if it's like you just need to lay low, they'll take you in.
Okay, and then if I so I don't know if Raven's character was going to, like, how we were talking about if Raven's character wanted to, like, work at a clinic because you're a cleric and that's kind of what you do. But then Woodrow and I kind of had the idea, because like my character's kind of like chaotic, like a little crazy, right? And so like I'm all about helping people during the day, but I'm also all about making scratch, and if that means I gotta like take a leg off of some like asshole dude, then like that's what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. The people that cross my moral boundary are the ones that I'm like, okay, you catcalled me and then tried to pick me up, tried to drop something in somebody's drink or something like that, and I'm like, I don't think that you need this right leg, and I could get some real good money for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is there a way to tie that together to where, like, if you're selling parts and I'm a cleric?
Yes, that's exactly what we were talking about.
Genius.
Yeah.
So I like during the day I'm like, oh, I learned how to heal and blah blah blah, and then like at that time I'm like, yo, you need an eyeball? I just got a real good one.
Like I send you off with a honey-do list and you come back with a list of parts?
Yes.
So metal.
Yes.
So cool.
And we just kind of keep it above board during the daytime so people don't question you. And like, I'm the one that goes and does it because you're the legitimate face.
Oh my
But
god.
you're 100%.
Because you're a druid and you can shapeshift and whatnot.
Yes!
You're so smart. Yes. Mr. Woodrow, could we make this happen?
Yes, yeah. So there's a couple clinics you could work at. Let me see, I'm gonna pull up my my
So,
picture that I
does
just made.
for artist and tool to do something like that, would it be tinker or smith tools that I would want to have?
Either one, you could have. I would go with smiths, but you could take tinkerers or masons. Either one, I'll technically say it's essentially engineering kits.
I'll take
on that
smiths.
anyone.
Because Smith's tools is a little bit more serious. Like,
Brutal.
Tinker feels like I'm gonna try and like bust a bolt at a joint or something, whereas Smith's tools is like I'm taking you at the hip. Because I can get in there in that joint, I can just take that.
Yeah, Smith's tools include an arc welder and a blowtorch.
Perfect! That's exactly what I need! We're there, we're done.
This is perfect.
Nice. And then there's also. So since you wanted to pick a character that had some age on them, I made a couple contacts. One of the contacts that Sai will know, for instance, is this sort of famous DJ who plays these hollow shows everywhere, but they're sort of like an information broker fixer. They're the person
I got
who
worried
got
for
you
a
on that
second
job.
you were gonna say Namgol.
No,
Like, oh my
Namgol's
God, is he-
technically long dead. It's 100 years since the last campaign, so maybe a few people are around.
Look, I don't know. Namgol knows people, okay? He
We
could have like
resurrected him.
cryogenically frozen himself, and then
Yeah.
he'd come back as like
He's
a
just a
fully
head now.
cybernetic.
He's a head in a jar
in a
like
jar.
Futurama.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
he remembers us, and he's like, "Son of a bitch, you guys are like he remembers
He sees
the
your soul.
past and everything." He's like,
Yeah.
"You remind me of people that I remember coming across once," and he's like, "What? We don't know what you're talking about." Totally never happened.
Nah.
So if you wanted a clinic that was like up front, they looked very clean and nice
Yeah.
and sort of like your typical clinic. That would be the Shade Tree Clinic. They're just outside the city a little ways. And then if you're living in the city, you could pull from them. But there's a couple other. There's in the Red Palace district, which is where the orcs live. There's a place called Swap Meat Clinic, and it's meat spelled with an MEAT. And then in Neo Tokyo, there's odds and ends instead of odds and ends. There's augmentations.
Oh,
That's
wait,
awesome.
yeah, tell me about that one, because I was really interested in that game that you mentioned earlier, the Rocket Girls. I think
The
it'd be
Comet
really
Girls?
funny. Yeah, yes, that. We could like find a way to connect all of those.
So this one is essentially, it's in Neo Tokyo, so it's got like AR advertisements and accents on buildings and people's clothes everywhere, as long as you're connected to the data grid, and it's very neat, very neon. And with the Comet Girls in this section, they have a small presence, but there's a couple areas you could sort of have a home in. If you picked like 0 for your home, you could sort of just crash at one of the sort of Comet Girl pads, so that way you wouldn't have to waste resources in your priorities there. And then Ogs and Ends. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, I think that location in Neo Tokyo would work really well with what Shay and I are trying to do here, because Shay is like, you're already in the city, right, Shay?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where you want to reside. So I think that would work really, really well.
Nice. Okay. Hell yeah. So now we got some Neo Tokyo residents. All right. This is good. So that can be the clinic. I'll mark that as the clinic. Ogs and Ends is where. All right.
Calm Nold.
Yeah, and then the Comet Girls, just as a side note, they also own a gun shop in the Neo Tokyo called Kiko's Depot. So that's
Of course
another
they
place
do.
you can hang out.
That is fun.
And then so that is what's that? No, so do you like the folk hero selection,
I
Shay?
changed it to criminal just
Yeah.
now. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
just updated.
A criminal turtle.
You wouldn't
And then-
know it. She's just a sweet old thing.
Uh-huh.
It's the perfect guise.
The voice is really fake. You're like 17.
In turtle years.
Literally 100 years old. It's nothing.
And then Shay, in your background, if you go there, it looks like Did you already pick a skill and in the artisan's tools for your background?
So where is that in equipment? Or
It's in description. So I know I mentioned you said like
so in
mason's tools and
description.
stuff.
So
Yeah, it's in
the
description.
skill proficiency, I did sleight of hand because I feel like that might be.
Okay, I like.
I feel like I might want to be a little good at that if I'm gonna be like stealing shit.
Yeah.
And then I got smith's tools for the proficiency.
Okay. You'll also want, if you can, through your race, if you have a skill proficiency, you can pick through that, which I don't think you do as Zelmari. At some point, for your proficiencies, you have medicine on there already. Nice, perfect. Hell yeah. Okay, that's exactly what I was.
Because look, I'm not trying to kill people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take things from them if they're assholes, and so maybe they will learn and not be assholes.
Yep. Yeah, I'm so excited for this campaign already. I'm so excited. And then for you, Raven, what sort of proficiencies and stuff did you select with your background, just out of curiosity?
I think I went with persuasion and oh, forgive me. Where do I find that again? Background.
The description tab.
Description tab. Here we are. I guess with criminal and spy, I don't see it.
Oh, it might just. They might have ones that are pre-selected with that one.
That might
I
be
can look at it in a sec. All right. So, as long as you've got proficiencies from your background, you'll be good. And if you want to turn custom background on and change them at any point, like say you're like kind of going back over it and you don't like what it is, you can tweak it at any point you want. And then, so now that we've kind of got the basis for the concept and we've kind of created the sheet, now on either a separate piece of paper or somewhere in the notes of your character sheet. So if you go all the way to, so hold on. One thing we gotta pick before we can open the sheet is in 5, the equipment. You can either go with equipment or gold normally, but for this, I suggest everyone just kind of pick gold. And then we can sort of I'll just give you guys some starting equipment based on the backgrounds. But the gold, starting with the gold, will give you guys a nice little nest egg to start with once we pick our priorities, which we're about to do.
I think I already selected. It just gave me random equipment. Is there a way to undo that?
Yeah. So I would say share your screen, but you can't.
Found
So
it. I figured it out. I figured it out.
Yep, no worries. And then, so on the gold, if you want, I wouldn't roll it yet. I would just write down the dice that you get, because that times 10 modifier is going to change with our priorities that we pick. Like, so say for instance you pick your highest priority is going to be savings. That would be a 4 in savings, so that would become a times, I believe, 40 or possibly 400. I gotta look at the thing real quick, but it changes your modifier on that. So we'll you can roll it right now just to get it, so you'll have it in your sheet and we can open the sheet, but we can go back through and just remember what dice you rolled so we can re-roll it. Let's see. Okay. Now, does everyone have like either a piece of paper or on their character sheet? Can they open like the characters where they can go to their notes on the actual sheet itself?
I've got a piece of paper in front of me.
Okay, that'll work.
Find the notes section again. I had it for a second there.
So let's see. We on the total view. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So if you look at sort of like the big box that's to the bottom right. Up top there'll be little tabs and you can go to notes and description up there and sort of make notes, or extras I think you can write in there, or manage extras. Okay, no, it's in notes. But what we're gonna do is I need you guys to write down the categories of the lifestyle priorities, which is home, vehicle, savings, cyberware, and magical resources. And then you sort of you'll take 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and sort of give those variables to each priority and what you think, how you think your person would live. Like if you want a nice home, you would put 4 in your home. If you want a nice vehicle, you put 4 in your vehicle. It sort of changes based on categories. So I'm trying to find them right now.
So you gave us 5 things, and we're picking 1 through 4. So
0 through 4. 0 through
Okay.
4. You can be homeless or have no car. Where did it go? There they are. Yeah. So yeah, 0 essentially might mean you live out of your car if you have one, or some sort of camp in the outskirts, or like in Raven's case, she would crash at like a comic girl's pad. It wouldn't be her home, but it'd be a place she could stay where she's safe. 1 would be like a small sort of capsule apartment, or something that's of equivalent space with little storage. 2 would be of a small to medium capsule apartment in the lower districts, so you can actually store a single vehicle there. 3 would mean you're actually well off, and you have room to store like a flying vehicle, and you're in the mid-level districts of the city, so you're up off the ground floor. And then 4 would be you live in the upper, you have like a high-rise apartment somewhere that's actually kind of nice. And then vehicle would be
for like
Go ahead.
savings. Is it like money in the bank, or is it like money that you carry?
It's essentially the spending money you start with. It could be in the bank or on you or whatever, but
Okay.
it's money that you'll start with. And the way it works is, so yeah, if you put 0 in there, you'll start with the times 10. If you put 1, and that 10 becomes a 100, and then so on, 200, 300, 400. Cyberware is essentially how many pieces of cyberware you start with. There is a thing to think about with cyberware before you pick that, is that your constitution modifier plus 2, that's sort of not the max amount of cyberware you can have, but if you go above that, you essentially, 2 things happen. You sort of lose your ability to cast magic because you've removed so much of your body, which is what lets you connect with the weave and sort of weave magic, the magic threads. And then also, if something tries to possess you, you'll have disadvantage on the roll because your spirit is weaker to hold off those effects. But cyberware gives you good benefits, so it's sort of just like it's little cost in.
So you said
When
it was your cyberware, like whatever number you pick, times 2.
No. So your
What?
cyberware limit for your person is your constitution modifier plus 2. That's sort of the limit of
okay.
cyberware you can have on you before you've taken too much of your body away that you can't sort of connect with the magical weave anymore.
Okay.
And that's
understood.
and that is only innate spell casting. So you could still like use a magical item or try to cast a scroll, but your sort of spell slots would go away at that point, essentially,
Okay.
which is bad for a caster class. And then, but you can still have some, and there are some good benefits. And your neural link that connects everyone to the data grid that everyone has in them doesn't count as a piece of cyberware.
Nice.
Yeah. And then once you've kind of picked those, I'll go one by one, and we'll sort of figure out what each score sort of means to you in the more, like home and vehicle and stuff like that. You sort of figure out where you reside in the city and sort of how you make your money, which with Shay and Raven, we've kind of already figured out.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited.
It is. It's so good. Oh, and I'm excited that the comic girls are going to get some love, because usually my little small things I make don't show up much, but now I'm excited I get to use them.
Oh, dude, I'm the type of player where if you drop just a little bit of lore on something, I latch onto it.
Oh, good. This is going to be great then.
Woodrow's like, thank goodness. Do you know, I spent 45 minutes waiting for these guys to decide whether they were going to go through a damn door or not, but
That's
they didn't even
typical,
touch
though.
all these races I made.
That's typical. Doors are the Achilles heel to every party.
You had
No,
a
this is
assassin
what it-
thief with you, okay? I was checking it.
This is what it really is Woodrow is a very good DM when it comes to, as far as you can tell now. And you're like,
You don't
Wait.
seem to see any traps.
it appears that you don't You don't detect anything. It's like, I don't like how you said that.
You don't notice any traps at this point.
He's very good at being misleading.
Yet.
You don't perceive anything.
Yeah, that was normally what it was. But, I mean, I rolled so terribly that it was always like, well, everybody else is over here trying to see if they can identify anything, and I'm rolling so bad that I'm apparently chasing a butterfly. So, it doesn't matter how
you're gonna get better. Take perception as your proficiency or something. I don't know.
And then, oh, good.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, well, one other thing to sort of think about while you're sort of picking your priorities is you can also pick from a couple of flaws to get a feat right off the bat if you want. The flaws do, they kind of suck, but if you really, really want a feat and you're one of those people, you can take them. So I'll just read. There's only 6 of them that I've made, but if you have an idea, excuse me, for one, we can talk about it and come up with a specific one for you. But some of these are head in the clouds. You always go last on initiative order. And you take a -5 to passive perception. So it's like the opposite of alert. Allergy to hypo sprays. So this means you essentially can't use mass-produced hypo sprays, which are this world's health potions. You can drink a health potion if you can make them, but they're really rare. Magic is pretty rare. Besides the fact you guys can cast it and stuff, in terms of culturally, people either see it as a dangerous waste of time or a joke because they don't understand it and don't think it's real. So that'll give you guys an advantage in this world. So there's the allergy to hypo sprays, head in the clouds. There's also clumsy. So this is when you roll a natural 1, I get to make the natural 1 consequences more severe than they would normally be. This is like when someone's like, oh, you shoot all your teammates, or like you blow up a gas station or something like that. Like this is what makes that happen. There's squalid lifestyle.
There's
squalid life. It could. That could be really interesting. No, you're good. Squalid lifestyle is essentially with your priorities when you're picking your lifestyle. All of the lifestyles essentially cover like going to the gas station and getting a meal, or like filling up your gas tank. The only real thing you'll be charged for doing is if like you're getting big cyberware, or like adventuring items, stuff like that, upgrades, or if you and then your sort of your monthly bill. There's sort of like a bill depending on what your living style is that I'll pick or calculate after everyone sort of picks their priorities and stuff, that you'll have to sort of earn money to pay off every month essentially. And so squalid lifestyle means instead of going into a gas station and just having your lifestyle support, like, hey, I want to go get a drink and some gas, you don't have to pay from your pool of money on your sheet. Squalid lifestyle means you do have to pay. So like if you pick 0 on your vehicle, which means normally you would take public transportation, if you pick squalid lifestyle, you actually have to pay every time you want to take like a Johnny cab somewhere. You have to fork over like 10 gold from your sheet, stuff like that. So that's squalid lifestyle, meaning you're essentially broke. Besides the savings you have on you, you're broke essentially. You have no, And then debt, there's debt. So this is like the Han Solo flaw, right? You start indebted to some organization. Like for instance, Raven could be super in debt to the Comic Girls, which is why, she, was going out and having someone run her organs. That could be a way to sort of put that into a background. And then there's also Luddite, which is essentially you have disadvantage on working with advanced technology. So if you're to use computer or try to use like laser guns, like cobalt hell weapons, which is like high energy lasers, you would sort of take disadvantages on using that sort of tech, or like driving like a high tech car. All your stuff would have to be sort of outdated old technology.
You get a
if
bicycle.
You didn't want. Yeah. So those are some ideas of flaws. If you come up with an idea between now and when we start, I want my character to have this flaw, we'll come up with a mechanical thing for it, and then a benefit, which is you get a free feat. So that's just another idea to think of before we start playing in the back of your head. But
so where do we mark those? Because I thought when I was going through and doing this, there was a spot for it.
So the flaws that come on the sheet are slightly different. I think if we go to description, and go down, there is flaws, but you sort of pick them from suggested flaws. They're just to sort of round out your character. They're not actual, like, these are like mechanical story flaws that are like tied into your background.
Gotcha.
And you can just put them in your notes. If you click on notes, you could put in backstory and other, in enemies if you have debt, you know, wherever you want to put it, but just so it's there. And then let's see. So home. What did you pick for your home priority, Sai?
I picked 2.
A 2. Okay. So that gives you space enough to like park a vehicle, I believe.
Good, because I put a number in vehicle too.
Nice. Yeah, so you have a small to medium capsule type apartment, similar to Cyberpunk, and then you have a space in the garage for a single vehicle with a 2, just so you're aware. Shay,
I parked my yacht.
Your yacht. You can get a space yacht if you want. That's totally...
I put a 1.
A 1 at home. Cool. So you just have like a capsule apartment somewhere in Neo Tokyo.
So what's the difference between a 1 in home and a 2 in home? I guess is
You
my
have
question.
a spot for a
1,
garage.
and you can store stuff. You could have like if you have a 1, you have like no storage space. You can't store a vehicle. It's just a place for you to go
I can
sleep
store my body.
Yeah, that's out of the elements. You're not homeless in a camp.
Yeah.
Could you live in a car?
Yeah, you can. If
Yeah,
you want to put
being
0 in
homeless.
home, you can live in your car.
Can I take 0 home and 5 vehicle instead of 2 and 3?
No,
Damn it.
it doesn't go above 4.
Abrams tank. I
Always
sleep
trying to
really
break
secure.
Yep, always.
Apache helicopter. I just move buildings every night. It's fun.
Okay, so let's see. Here you put home 2. Shay, you put home 1.
So what are magical resources, I guess is my question, for those of us who don't use magic?
So if you have 0, that's obviously 0. But if you have 1, it could be like a couple healing potions that you stashed away that you've gotten like on the black market somewhere that you found, however you want to work it in. It could also be like a you wouldn't want this because you're not a spellcaster, but like your focus, so you don't have to use components. That would be like a 2. Components would be like a 1. 3 would mean like not only do you have the what's referred to as totems or fetishes, but your focus. If you don't have, or if you had those and you picked 3, you would also get like a minor magic item, and then 4 you get like either 2 minor magic items or maybe even like a kind of good magic item at start. It's not going to be super rare or anything like that, but it'd be like, you know, like some cloak of protection or something like that that's pretty good. That's sort of how magic resources work. Cyberware, it's literally similar to savings, it's the numerical value. You know, 0 you have no cyberware, but your Neuralink, and then 1 you get 1 free piece, and so on.
Cool. And what are the feats we're going off of when we take these disadvantages? Is it just
The flaws?
the normal feats? Yeah.
Yeah, so if you look on your character sheet actually and you go to feats and traits and click over on feats, you can manage feats and you get to essentially put whatever, 1 free feat, whatever feat you want. This is like, could be a way for Luke, if you wanted to get the Fate Touched feat off the bat, you could pick a flaw. You could talk to me and we could work the whole Fate Touch thing into the flaw somehow mechanically if you wanted to. There's some ideas I have about that if you want to talk about it off, personally or whatever. But
I shall take Blessing of Skiggled.
that one you can't take. So there's some homebrew feats you can't take. Let's see.
Damn it.
Where is that in description? The managed feats or
No, it's in feats and traits, features and traits.
Once you
And then if you
finish,
all the way
you're
over
viewing your
okay.
sheet.
All right.
Oh, it's so crazy seeing such low hit point levels. I'm looking at your guys' sheet. We got Shatter Shell at 9 hit points.
Oh, I need to roll for those.
No, they're calculated at max.
Are they?
9 HP's max?
For your level.
Oh yeah.
So you get.
Yep. You're right.
That's terrifying. I get flicked and I'm down.
It's a
Well-
D whatever, plus your con bonus.
First session is going to be, mostly figuring things out.
Mostly.
You'll get a level from that. That'll give you some more hit points.
Sick.
Yeah, it'll work fast. It'll move relatively fast. And then let's see. Luke, what did you pick for your home? Shay, you got a 1. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked a 3.
Okay, nice.
This is going about how I expected. So I was like, I feel like Luke would be like, I would like to have a decent home size. Like, I'd like an okay home. And I'm like, I just want a roof.
So, would you want?
Figured
to
mine being an engineer, you'd want to have a place to actually do work.
You should, yeah.
And stuff
Have
like
like a-
that.
Small workshop somewhere.
No, for sure.
be able to forge stuff, be able to make stuff. A place to sleep as well. A place to keep his work and home separate, but yeah.
I just
And
do
enough
stuff
space
and
to
then
store a
give it to
vehicle,
them.
even if a vehicle is, not all that great.
Would you be opposed to upgrading augmented body parts?
We could work something out.
We're just gonna have a little circle of like
Yep. A little crime.
flesh. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Yep.
Well, that's the
The
goal of
black market.
Shadowrunning.
Well, I did pick Guild Artisan, I think,
That's perfect!
as one of the things.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. So with the home 3,
I think
you
I
can
did.
you can live anywhere you want. We got 2 residents in the mega city. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you, Alex. Where did you want to live? Did you want to live in like center of the city, like Neo Tokyo with the others?
Yeah.
Okay.
Neo Tokyo, let's go.
Well, unless there's like is there a spot that's better for hackers than there is for, getting your shit jacked by these two over here?
So hacker, you could be a hacker anywhere in the city. Being a hacker, you could do it even on the outskirts, connecting to a lot of the grids. So it's really up to you. I can tell you the districts real quick and give you a quick description. We got at least two residents in Neo Tokyo, but there's Steel Mountain. It's inside the mega city. That's sort of the Goliath area. There's the Red Palace, which is the Orc and Goblin area, and yes, everything's painted red there. That's why it's called the Red Palace. There's Corporate Sector, which is sort of like where it's like the financial district in the city. And then those are the city districts, and then outside you have the Barrens, which is where the Parakan and Minotaur sort of live, and they're sort of like the desert farmers. And then you have Paradise Slums, which is just outside the city across the bridge, which is kind of like out where criminals hide out.
Just stick me in Neo Tokyo near these reprobates. It's fine.
And then Luke, for your home, you're picking Alurin for your race. So did you want to be with your people in Little Zion? It's across the bridge north of the mega city. It's like just on the outskirts. It's sort of like a little beach town. You think like a little Caribbean area almost. All of the stuff there has been implanted. It's not necessarily a native climate, because beyond there is a temperate forest, but it's sort of, they've made a little like a little beach tropical area.
Yeah, sure. That'll work.
Okay, so yeah, you got a nice home there with actually some room and a little laboratory in it. And then Raven, what did you pick for your home?
So I had a question.
Yeah.
So I'm a turtle, right? And in theory, my shell is my home. So I put steel, right?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I'm sure we'll get to cyberware eventually, but I was wondering, could my cyberware be my shell, which is also my home?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could turn your shell
Sick.
just You could 100%. I don't have any cyberware specifically built for a turtle shell, but I have some armor stuff, and we could think about like if you want it to be like so you retract and that's your capsule apartment, we could totally set that up.
My own Pokeball! That's huge!
Yeah. I am my home.
You just
That's
pull
cool,
yourself in your shell, turn on the AC, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, that's perfect!
Got a little fridge in the corner.
I like where this is going. This is amazing.
Got a little
Okay.
futon. Yes, perfect.
Okay, so
A little hammock.
homes.
Oh my god.
Homes are figured out. And then now let's go to what was the second one again? Vehicle.
Vehicle.
What did you pick for your vehicle side?
3.
3. Okay, let me go quick to this tab. 3 will give you 2 small person. 4 is in.
An armored ship.
Oh, nice. No, you have a flying vehicle that holds 2 people. Or you can have a ground vehicle that holds more. That's up to you. Like a nice ground vehicle, or you can have just like a relatively nice flying vehicle, but it would only be like a little coupe.
All ASMRs don't have wings, right?
Not till level 3.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm actually gonna go ground vehicle.
sick.
Okay, so you can actually
'Cause
carry everyone then. So yeah, you'll have like a nice little.
You'll have the mom van.
Oh my god, I will not have a mom van.
Mom van and her horde of like body part stealing.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the flying vehicle.
Yeah.
Just for that reason right there.
Sai's gonna be the
It's a
getaway
flying mom
driver.
van, so
In
you're
fact,
not getting away from the mom van.
You know, just give me a flying motorcycle, because yeah.
If you want one, you can have a flying motorcycle.
It'd be overkill because you'd already have wings eventually. You're gonna be flapping wings.
They don't work though. They don't work. They're just
Oh, they're just for show?
They're show. There, it's like a fear. It's a fear thing.
Yeah.
It'd be so funny if you're like, no, I really can fly, guys. And you just get a motorcycle.
That's okay. There's like a random stat that you roll as an ASMR, and it basically is like how the divinity shows through. I rolled a 6, which is rainbow refractions off my skin.
Well, the good thing is,
Kid of a killer, Bella.
so everyone's connected to the data, the data grid. So everyone kind of sees these AR augmentations to the real world anyway. So most people will see that and just think it's AR augmentation. The only people who will see it are like the people who don't have a neural link. They'll be like, "What? What is that?" They'll think they're crazy.
Oh my
or
gosh, you're
something.
shimmery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Prismatic.
Highlighter.
I am fabulous, bitches.
I would really like to know who did your makeup. That was amazing.
Sweet. Now, what kind of vehicle do you want to go with the ground still, or were you joking about the flying vehicle?
No, the ground thing is fine, but it's not going to be a mom van.
Yeah, no, you can have like a track hawk or something. It's got you can have a nice ground vehicle with the 3, like a expedition that's souped up or something.
Yeah, exactly. But I want it to have a moderate amount of comfort. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting on milk crates inside the bitch.
Okay, well let's see real quick. I actually have some car companies. Let's see who. What's your favorite car company? Like, do you have a preference?
I'm gonna go with Shay's favorite, Land Rover.
That is not my favorite.
Wait,
You
who
wanted
makes
a
Land
car
Rover?
that
I
It's-
wanted
I
a
think
Land
it's
Rover because
actually owned by Toyota.
the handles disappear, so people can't just like.
Okay,
They
so
can't break
anything with
into your
handles
car.
that disappear. There you go.
Yeah.
You know what? No handles. No handles.
zero
No
hand-
handlebars?
No
No
handles for the
handles.
doors. They open automatically.
Oh, like the butterfly. That's good.
It'd be
Oh, it's
funny
Jaguar.
if they opened, but they only opened to like whatever chip or something that you've programmed them for.
Oh.
They're keyed off of like a microchip in my palm, but my hand got cut off, so now I can't get in my car.
So the way for somebody to steal your car is to chop your hand off, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yep.
We're in the
As a
business
body
of
hacker, I
that.
don't think that's
We're in
a
the
great.
business.
That's not a good thing to tell me.
I'm establishing our meetup. Shut up.
so you're gonna
here's-
meet him because I'm gonna steal your hand.
Here's the two companies. So the companies, no one technically bought Jaguar specifically, but there's a company that's under the Lysanther Investment Group, which is the Elves. It's called Haas, Haas. They're a luxury sort of sports car manufacturer. They absorbed Porsche, Lamborghini, and Ferrari. Or there's AutoStar Innovations. They're a luxury auto company that does personalized. They personalize the AI for their drivers, so they're like their driverless cars, and they absorbed Tesla, Rolls-Royce, and Aston Martin.
Ashton Martin.
Ashton.
I like Ashton Martin better.
Martin.
And Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, you're all being punked.
Yes. The first one.
Haas. Okay, so an Elven make luxury sedan.
Hassendog.
Yeah, here we go.
My car has an ice cream dispenser. Shut up, Luke. It's a Hassendog.
Hassendog SUV. That's what I wrote. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
but DAWG. Hassendog.
Oh, gotcha. Shay, what did you pick for your vehicle? I wrote home twice. I just need the right vehicle.
I put 2,
Two.
and I had an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have my vehicle be something more along the lines of like rocket skates or something?
Oh my god.
Yes, you could.
Yes!
So what? You picked 2 for your vehicle.
Yeah.
So if you don't, so rocket skates could be. You could have them. You wouldn't. They wouldn't have to take the place of your vehicle.
So then what if
But-
I just do 0 for vehicle and have rocket skates, and that's how I
Yeah.
get
You.
around?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Perfect.
It would-
That actually fixes another issue I was having. So
What are you gonna
Okay.
spend the 2 on then?
Yeah.
savings? There was a
There you
0.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is much better. I don't want you to waste that
This is
too.
a better option.
Yeah, because a 2 would get you a vehicle that's, let's see, one quick one is a 2-person vehicle. A 2 is a nice 4-door sedan, a truck, or a van that gets
Yeah,
you
I
from
don't-
point A to
I
B
don't-
reliably. Yeah, it's so much.
I like the idea of just having rocket skates, and I also love the idea of Raven and I wearing like little masks, and I hold Raven on my back like a little shell backpack and hit the
Yes.
rocket skates.
Wait, how big is this turtle?
So they're like a dwarf or a gnome. So I think
Yeah, that's
Oh
great,
my
'cause,
god, I thought they
I
were
could be-
huge.
I can be like 5 to 6 feet tall, so I can be the height that I am now, and Raven can be the height that she basically is now, and it would be her on my back, and she would hold the body parts, and I would deploy the rocket
Yeah.
skates,
So
and we would get away.
100%. This is all too perfect.
Oh my god.
This is exciting. This is exciting.
I'm
Luke.
reevaluating my choices right
Yeah.
now because this is obviously much more off the rails than I thought we were taking this.
Well, it's gonna be off the rails, but trust me, I will ground things and make it. I will depress people very, very fast. Don't worry.
I mean, and we love that about you.
Believe that.
No.
Believe that.
I will create stakes. So Luke, what did you pick for your vehicle?
All right. So what if I pick 0? I'm waffling between two different stats here. So for if you pick 0 for a vehicle, that means you have no vehicle. You just use public transport or
Yeah.
rocket
Yeah.
skates, apparently.
Rocket
Well,
skates.
Public transport, since you didn't pick like the squalid lifestyle flaw.
No.
It's still technically free, but that is your only. You have to wait essentially on Uber or like Johnny Cab to come get you. You can't just get away or hire a getaway
Right.
driver or something to like,
Wait for the bus.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Rob a bank and sit at the bus stop.
I would like have like an entire leg with the hip attached, and I'm just standing at the bus stop, like, "Hey, how you doing? Don't worry about it."
Okay.
That's where the roller come in.
Yeah. Then I guess I'm gonna go ahead and pick 1 for
Okay.
that.
For your vehicle. Okay, so you've got
Yeah.
like a little, essentially those little. I can't remember what
Got a
they're called
beater.
off the top of my head now, but those little bean
Pinto.
cars. No, they're just like really
A
tiny
Fiero.
electric cars.
Oh my god, the
Oh,
Really?
Urkel.
Oh,
The Urkel.
Like a
Interesting.
jolt?
Because my character's like 7 feet tall.
That
Oh
would
my
be
God,
hilarious.
that is
It's like a clown
amazing.
car.
It would still be built to fit you. It wouldn't have to be necessarily super tiny, but it's all.
I
one to
just
get you.
love the idea of it. Like the ones that almost look like a little circle, like the little P car, and it's like just big enough for
Yeah.
Luke to
or
see
a
him, like,
motorbike, or a or
Yeah,
all of his
that's
blue
that's
fur
more what I was
filling it up.
thinking. A bike,
a
Please
bike
give
would
him
be
a
better
Honda.
for your
Yeah.
character.
Give him a
Now
Honda.
we can eventually buy vehicles, right?
Yes.
Are they ridiculously expensive?
just similar to what it is in real day.
Okay.
So yes,
Yes.
All right. You know what?
Prepare to sell shit a
Then
leg.
yeah. Then
But you don't
no,
have to pay
let's
up
go.
front. It just
Of
adds
course
to your
not.
monthly. Yeah, it adds to your monthly income, your monthly bill. Your
Okay.
single monthly.
You know
bill.
what? Then let's actually go with a 0. For right now, I've decided that my workspace is more important, and I can just I can, my income is enough that I can rent a vehicle or
Great.
something like
So
that.
I'm the driver for our outfit. That's
Good
really
thing
You don't
picked
know Raven
up
might have a
awesome
car?
dog.
I have.
Although I am
have
wearing
something in store.
Raven.
I'm cooking something up.
Ooh. All right. Well,
Where-
Raven, what did you pick for vehicle?
I went with a big fat 3.
Ooh.
What's that
That's
mean,
similar.
boss?
Similar. You can have a flying vehicle that holds 2, so you can like fly up into the upper freeways and the traffic, or above all the little plebs, or you can have a nice 4-door SUV sort of sedan type vehicle like Sai.
Tell me, what would a 4 get us?
A 4 is, let me see real quick. I believe that's interplanetary, but I want to just double check.
That's a hell of a jump.
That's a big jump.
4. Well, let me just see. No, it's personal planetary ship, so it can essentially go anywhere on a planet and up into the stratosphere, but it can't leave the planet. And it is a ship that can hold. It takes two to pilot it, but it can hold 10 other people.
Wow.
I will go with that.
Okay.
Damn.
Nice.
You know what?
Okay.
This is Raven having a mobile medical unit.
Getaway. Oh, nice.
A
Yeah, it could
door-to-door
be.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be like a trauma
which
team.
is how people never catch on that you're the person that I'm stealing all the body parts for, because no, she travels so much for her job. It's not to lay low.
I'm changing my answer to vehicle, Woodrow.
Okay.
I'm dropping
What
it
is
to
it?
1, and I'm gonna have a motorcycle.
Okay.
Oh.
So
you
I
could
can
have a
stick
flying
money.
motorcycle with your 3.
Yes. No. I dropped it to 1.
So 2 motorcycles, freaking flying medic bus plane thing.
She's got
Trauma
a
team
she's
vehicle.
got
And rocket
she's got a
skates.
trauma team ambulance. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Let's go.
Yeah, from Cyberpunk.
We're not here to
Essentially
save
what
her.
it
No,
is.
we're here to take her leg.
That's also why I don't care about the vehicle as much, because I just hold on to Raven's bumper and engage the rocket skates. I'm like, let's go!
Trauma.
And then she takes off, and I'm like, this was poorly planned. I did not think this through.
So it's like a sky ship?
So,
Spaceship.
have you ever seen the
Hold on.
Cyberpunk or played Cyberpunk at all? Any of
I've
the?
seen
coming.
a little bit of the anime.
It's coming.
Okay, so there's. Oh, okay. Never mind. I think Sai's gonna bring something up.
Ooh. Oh yes!
That's essentially what it
Yes.
is. It's a flying
Oh my
capsule.
God. That is exactly what you have, Raven. That's got to
This
be it.
is-
It's trauma team and everything.
It rode itself, guys. This is teamwork making this narrative right now.
Makes the dream work.
It's stunning.
Oh my gosh, I love this. This is so
Mobile
freaking
trauma
fun.
center.
Yeah, but
This is gonna be
I don't
so
think I need a
interesting.
vehicle right now. I made
Yeah.
the right choice.
Good job, Luke.
Alright.
Good job. You're
Yep.
with me. Yeah.
I'm so happy right now.
Well,
Couldn't
it
be
gives
more
it
happy.
frees me up for other stats.
Onyx,
So-
come here.
Sai.
I'm down to a 1 in vehicle.
Okay, yeah, 2-1, and then what is your savings?
3 now.
Okay, good. So you have a times 300 on that gold.
Okay,
Whatever your
so,
your dice is to roll, you can roll it and then times it by 300. Savings.
So-
Shay.
4,800.
Ooh.
Are you talking about savings?
Yep.
Yeah.
2.
2. Nice. So you get to roll whatever your dice is for your gold generation times 200. And then
Ah!
Luke.
It's 5d4.
Savings. I went with 2 as well.
We all went with 2.
I didn't.
Oh, what'd you go with, Sai?
3.
3. Ah, I see. Smart.
That's all about
Because
the
they just
money.
shuffled around their stats a little bit.
Yes. Because I no longer, need the mom van.
You said they were D4, Sai?
It's 5d4.
So well, you gotta
5
look because it's
D4.
different. It's different for backgrounds. So you
Is
gotta
it?
go
Gotcha.
to yeah.
Hold on, where is it?
My
Some people have
bad.
5. Equipment. If you go into sort of the builder, the character builder, so not where you're
Uh-huh.
like looking at the sheet. Let's see. Current inventory.
Equipment, and then
Gold.
then hit gold, and then it'll
Yeah.
say whatever is in that drop down. What's in the
Let's
drop
see.
down?
Equipment,
2D4.
Okay, I gotta go real quick.
Terrible.
What did I do wrong? I'm not seeing anything in the.
Are you in the builder or the
If you-
viewer?
Yeah.
So
It's,
go to
I'm looking at the choose equipment. Yeah.
And then you see it says starting equipment, and then it says choose equipment or gold. Click gold.
Click gold.
Oh, click gold. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
5d4.
Screw you guys and your 5d4. You see, this is why I was like, savings doesn't even matter. I'm not even gonna have money.
I plan on being broke.
I actually
My goal is to be broke.
I took
So
debt.
what is?
So
Yeah. Oh, you took the debt flaw.
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm
Okay.
gonna make it like they staked us on that job,
Oh.
like for equipment or whatever.
Oh, so you took a bunch of you went into debt to do that job.
Yeah.
Okay. Do
So-
you have a specific organization you're interested, or who in your mind would you owe that money to? And you can come up with anything. I'll tie it to whatever in the narrative. But
I'll think about it.
yeah, for sure.
What did you say that we were doing with
Times 200.
times 200? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you roll your dice and then times it by the whatever you get by 200. If you pick the 2.
Yeah, 'cause I rolled
and
it. I rolled it before, and I oddly enough I hit the randomizer and it goes 8. And I was like, since when?
All right.
You rolled
Disbelief.
8 on 2d4. That's amazing.
Yeah, disbelief. Since when?
You
Literally
had a good
never
week
happened.
of stealing robot testicles or something. You got a barely used RoboPeen to sell.
Barely used.
Lightly
All right, so
used.
we multiply that by 200. You said.
Still got
Yep.
that new car smell.
Okay.
Oh,
Factory
Alright.
sticker on the side.
3,000.
Nice.
look at you! Shit.
I managed
Well,
to
it's
get
'cause you
15 off of the 5d4. So.
Yeah, I got one hell of a fucking roll. Everything except my metal die rolled a 4.
There you go.
All right.
Got
So-
1 4, a 3, and a couple of 2s.
Now we are getting to the good stuff. Cyberware.
Wait, quick question. I
Yeah.
rolled an 18
One
when
three.
I did the 5d4. I don't think that's possible.
That's
confused.
possible.
Yeah, that's
Maximum
possible.
is 20.
Okay, I got an 18.
You rolled
That's
really good.
Times 200?
Yes.
Uh huh.
So
Money alone.
3,600 gold.
Jeez.
I'll bail you out of jail, honey. I gotcha.
Wait,
All
Shay,
right.
you rolled max.
That's what I'm saying.
2d4. 2d4.
Because I had 2d4,
I know, but she rolled
and
an
then I
8 on
got
2d4.
Yeah.
So all of us are rich. Let's just say
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
Yeah. Woodrow's now multiplying the cost of everything times 10.
No, I'm not. Things are all, imagine. Okay, never mind.
I'm just gonna move the decimal.
Thank you for having mercy on us.
No, I'm just
I'm sure it'll
basing
go
things
quick.
off of the real world.
You want a
Sure,
Whopper?
you're
That's
fast.
$83.
Wait, you're basing it off.
No.
Hold on, I'm in macroeconomics right now. If you're basing it off of the real world, we're all fucked.
There's a lot of goldflation around right now.
Inflation.
Well, they
So
are-
much
you-
inflation.
You are working in gold, what's known as GP cred, which is gold credits. They're credits that are backed by gold.
Oh gosh.
We're not on a fiat currency? Thank God.
Wait, but how many GPs is the government continually printing? Because have an effect.
The government print more.
If you,
It's a big
whether or not
gold
there's
mine right now.
actually any gold left, no one knows. Because there are things like dragons in the
Fantastic.
universe.
Very cool.
The big universe out there.
Yep. So cyberware, Psy. What's yours? I'm guessing 4.
Quattro.
Yeah. All right. So
I had to. It's my character concept.
yeah, of course.
Of course.
Why would you not? I would pick all of the
Just-
cyberware too.
7.
I'd be a
I
fighter.
fucking love
and go
some
all,
person.
all street.
Class I
man.
pick is mega corporation CEO. I know it's a rough place to start, but you gotta begin somewhere.
It's only up from there. No one to go but up.
Or a quick way down to the bottom floor.
Yeah.
Right.
I always pick the
So-
Corpo life path in Cyberpunk, and it's like, yeah, 3 minutes into the game, you get stripped of everything and thrown out on the street. What could go wrong?
So there are 4 companies that produce operating systems for everyone's Neuralinks. There's eSoft, which is under Crag Holdings, which is, you guys would remember from last season, the people who set up Bach. There's DiaWare, which is under Cerberus, and Cerberus is having a hard time competing with the other groups after they were sabotaged just over 100 years ago.
Yeah, with all those nuclear data bombs that we unleashed.
Yeah.
Wonder what assholes did that.
They sound
have
horrible.
Operating system, New Vision, which is an Elven operating system, and then Sang Industries, which is Bach's company. He has an operating system, and what they do is eSoft essentially is like Cyberpunk, where you can connect to devices from 60 feet away. It's like it comes with a pre-built remote jack built into it, essentially, and it stacks with the remote jack you can get for Cyber Eyes normally, so you can actually get 120 feet distance with the eSoft operating system. With the DiaWare operating system, you can actually, it's known for its invasive probing diagnostics. So you can read the health on someone. So if you're a healer, you could read people's hit points. You don't have to, worry about metagaming that. You can literally see people's health readouts. It also lets you see if they're under the influence of drugs, poisons, genetic augmentation, or cybernetic augmentation. So you can kind of get a reading of some of the things they're working with. That's DiaWare for Cerberus. New Vision is an Elven operating system. It seamlessly basically allows people who are not psionic like elves and some of the other races to link to the psionic Elven network. So the way it interacts with some tech, like if you use Elven tech, the way things work is every tech that you have that's smart or connects to the internet is kind of visible through your internet icon. People can kind of see, like, if you have weapons, like smart weapons that are linked, they can see that. If you have a deck, they can see that, or a rig, they can see it. With New Vision, you can psionically link those things to your operating system, your Neuralink, meaning they don't pop up on your icon, so it's sort of like a more stealthy way to move around. It also makes it so you don't need to sleep. You gain the meditation feat of the elves. You just have to meditate for 4 hours, and while you're meditating in those 4 hours, you can actually be surfing the grid and doing like research or reaching out to other people on the psionic network, specifically only psionic networks though. That allows you to stay in the trance. And then Sang Industries is a prototype right now that's actually hard to get. So high up CEOs would have it. I'm allowing you to pick it at start. You could select how you found it. Maybe Shay cut him out of some CEOs who were doing some nasty shit or something. But
he slapped my ass, okay? It
Yeah.
happened. If he would have kept his hands to himself, he would still have them.
Yeah, exactly. These operating systems allow you to detect magitech and enchantments only. So if there's enchantment magic on something, you can see it like you had a detect magic spell cast on you. And also, if anyone's using magitech, it immediately highlights that it's like a Terminator sort of operating system where it sort of points everything out. It'll automatically ding magitech and enchantments for you. And then it will also tell you if a creature has recently gone to the other plane. So if they're an elemental or a fae, or a celestial or a fiend, you can kind of read the planar residue on them.
So it detects planar travel? Okay.
Yeah, well, just the residue of it. Like, it won't detect like an open
Detects
portal.
past
Yeah,
planar
it's
travel.
essentially just like, essentially the residue from the planes themselves. It's not a portal detection thing. But it just gives you some different information, and that's the base operating systems.
Okay.
Everyone gets to choose one of those. That does not count as a piece of cybernetics. So everyone can write down what they want for their
Okay.
operating system.
I have a question. So you said the Zelmari are basically human, but as I'm reading this, it's talking about them being like descendant from Elven blood.
Oh, is that in their description?
It says
They
your
may
Zelmari
have-
character has a variety of natural abilities, the result of thousands of years of Elven refinement.
Yeah, so that's just I haven't gone through and taken out everything where it says elves because they were based on. an
Got it.
Elven-
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know, because I was like, this
Yep.
could just be that it's in there, or it could be that they are.
It's because when you make a race, you can select templates, and I selected an elven
Uh-huh.
template to get some of the features. Yeah,
Nice.
but they're basically a humanoid race.
Okay.
all of their own. So
Really
yeah,
want-
everyone can kind of pick one of those cyberware systems, either connecting to devices from a distance, reading people's vitals, getting the Elven Trance and the Psionic networks, or the sort of magic planar detection operating system. And then now for you, Alex, with your cyberware, we get to start picking your 4 pieces. Some of the things you can upload into your Neuralink are called DIP programs, or well, they're just called DIPs. They're do-it-yourself programs. You can gain half proficiency, or even sometimes expertise, depending on where your level is in it, by using these programs. And so, like skills, anything you would want to be proficient in, you can sort of get a program for it, like the Matrix, like fighting, driving, all that sort of stuff. So if you don't get something from your yeah, exactly. Then there's also a phonics cipher you can upload, which is essentially, it translates languages that are spoken to you. It won't translate your speech for them, but it will translate any incoming language that's on the database as it's being said. So it's essentially like having understand languages or comprehend languages cast on you at all times.
Okay, and what was that called? I'm sorry.
Phonics cipher.
Just gonna say hooked on phonics.
Yeah, that works. Then there's also a voice modulator. This is something that people who pick cybernetics can get. It essentially allows you to mimic and compile perfect AI reconstructions of people's speech patterns. As long as you've listened to it or have a recording of them of a minute of their speech, you can essentially mimic anyone's voice. There's also hypersenses, so if you want to be like Wolverine and smell and see really good or hear really good, you can get one of your senses upgraded, so you have advantage on your wisdom perception checks, so you should become like a bloodhound. There's remote rig augmentation. This essentially, for those who have a vehicle, which I think now is actually just
Raven.
Sai and Raven. Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Sai has a motorcycle. With this remote rig augmentation, you can link up to your vehicle from essentially anywhere on a planet through your mind. You can turn your vehicle on and control it from where you're at. You just, similar to like when you use a familiar, you just kind of go blind and your body goes limp and your consciousness is transported to your vehicle. So there's that. That's all the things that are sort of in the Neuralink and head. Do you have a question?
No. So these are all, I guess, slots that would go into the.
Yeah, they
Does
would
it
take
matter
pieces. It would take like pieces of your brain. So these count as cybernetic augmentations.
Okay.
Yeah, they cause invasive surgery in your brainal surgery, surgery in your brain. Spinal.
Hate brainal surgery.
Neural surgery.
Yeah, and then from there we go to the cyber eyes. So you can get Alpha Tech night vision, sort of just lets you see in low light. Just gives you night vision, dark vision like other races. If some races already have it. If you don't, you buy it. Biochrome X-ray. This is sort of an X-ray that lets you see up to 30 feet. You can see through solid objects within the radius. They become transparent. Let's see what it can penetrate 1 foot of stone, 1 foot of common metal, and 3 feet of wood or dirt. Thicker substances can block it, as does a thin sheet of protected metal. So something that's like specifically designed to block. Yeah. Or there's other specific materials that could be designed for that as well. But yeah, anything that's other than that, it can see through though. So that's kind of good. Helps you search people if they're holding any hidden weapons or cybernetics. There's remote jack for your eye, which just gives you a 60-foot distance, similar to the eSoft. They would stack with eSoft, giving you 120, but you can give yourself 60 if you want. This is a awesome one right here. This is the Alpha Tech Smart Targeting System. It comes in 2 levels, so 1 level or 2 levels. And the 1, you get to re-roll 1s on your damage output with smart linked weapons, and 2 rating, you get to roll re-rolls 1s and 2s on your damage. You take the second result, you only get to re-roll them once. So if you drop it again on a 1, you're stuck with the 1, but it gives you a chance to get a higher damage output from your weapons. And then finally there's a laser eye you can get with up to 4 ratings. It essentially does 30-foot beam of radiant damage, 1d6 per rating. So if you get a 4, it's 4d6.
Walking around like Kano up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, if you want a Kano laser eye. Then we go into cyber limbs. So these are your arms and your legs, or any other opinions you may have that you want to make cyber. Animal arms. This gives you a strength of 19, and you gain a climb speed equal to your walking speed. You get Biochrome Insect series. These are essentially like Mantis arms from Cyberpunk. You get 1d6 plus your dexterity piercing damage. And you can re-roll damage results of 1s and 2s with this weapon specifically. So only those arms, if you get them, you can re-roll the 1s and 2s. And then Trackmaster, this increases your movement by 10. So if you wanted to put that in your shell, Raven, you could.
Perfect.
There's also Alpha Tech Fiber Lash. This is the mono wire, so it's essentially a 10-foot whip that does a d6 plus dexterity slashing. Then there's Jumpers, which give you resistance to fall damage if your fall is controlled. Meaning, so if you jump, you want to jump, it's fine. You have the resistance. And then if you fall and make an athletics check to sort of fix your fall,
Orient yourself.
Yeah, reorient yourself. You'll get that, and it also increases your jump distance by 10.
This is all in one thing?
The jumpers are resistance to fall damage, and your jump distance increases by 10. Yes.
Oh, okay. What was the one that gives me more movement?
Trackmaster, the Biochrome Trackmaster. Yeah. And
And
then
how much movement is that?
10 extra 10 feet.
10 extra.
And you can
so
actually,
if your
I think,
standard is 30, you get 40.
but I think 25 you'd get 35, which still puts you faster than a normal person. So still nice. And then there's Aqua Gliders. This is it just gives you swim speed equal to your walking speed, which I don't think you would need as a turtle. But if someone is more of a humanoid form, you can sort of get robotic boosters put in your feet and arms and back to let you move through water. So that's like the cyber limbs. Then we have your sympathetic nervous system. What is it? Insomatosensory cortex. I can't say these words, but there's
Somatic.
somatic. Thank you.
There you
No, no, is it?
I mean, I can't see the word, so
No,
I'm
it's not
just
somatic.
guessing.
It's somato, SOMATO sensory. So
Somatosensory.
somatosensory.
Yeah.
But there is heightened fight neurotransmitters, which will essentially give you resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage, and make you immune to fear effects. And then there's the flight neurotransmitters. That is, you can dash as a bonus action, and your movement no longer provokes attack of opportunity. So one is for if you want to go to the fight, and one's for if you want to get the fuck away from the fight. And then there's these are like the typical samurai Street Sam upgrades. The Alpha Tech wired reflexes. They come in two settings, two ratings, one rating, two rating. You can gain with the first one an initiative of +5. Which will not stack if you take the alert feat. So if you do take alert for a feat, it won't stack with these benefits from wide reflexes. You can also no longer be surprised, and they don't gain advantage for being hidden on you. You can also, with the second rating, push yourself beyond your normal limits, and once per short or long rest, you can essentially, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called, but you get an additional action.
Like an action surge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an action surge. So with rating 2, you get an extra action on one of your turns until you take another short rest. So these are sort of the crazy Street Sam.
But it only lasts for one turn, right?
Yeah, it's only that one turn, and then you have to do a short rest at least.
Okay.
To get another use. And then that does stack with the fighter surge. So if you're a fighter and you have those, you get 2 uses of it essentially. And then that's sort of the nervous system upgrades. Then there is this is like heavy internal augmentation. So there's subdermal armor. It raises your AC from a base of 10 to a base of 13. Doesn't stack with armor, but does stack with shields. And I think, Raven, you already get this as a turtle. You get this from your shield already, so you don't even have to worry about that. And then the next one is your skin. You get holographic dermal implants, and this comes in 1 or 2 ratings. Essentially, you can pick to go invisible, or to disguise self. So basically to cast and make yourself look like something else. And if you get rating 2, you can get both of them. So you can go invisible and change yourself, but that's essentially 2 cybernetic pieces.
Shay, would you want to go invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's resistant material. So this is kind of like subdermal armor, except it's more like grounding yourself from lightning, resisting yourself, like retarding yourself against fire damage or cold damage, insulating yourself against cold damage, thunder and acid. Like you become acid resistant. So you can pick one of those types to become resistant against the damage of with that, and you can get all of them if you want, but it's 1 augmentation essentially per damage type. And then auto injectors, you guys might remember these from the 2nd season. These are, you can get them installed. They, on a reaction, you can use your reaction whenever to unleash a hypo spray internally in your body, an antitoxin to get rid of poison, or a drug dose if you wanted to, like, use like a Zerk dose real quick and go into a rage or something.
Heroin.
You could yeah, essentially. Yeah, so you can use these as
rage
bonus
juice
actions or reactions, and you can put kind of whatever you can put magic potions in them too if you have access to magic potions. And then finally, the circulatory and respiratory systems. You can get an auto lung. Rating 1 is 1 hour. Rating 2 is 8 hours. You can hold your breath essentially for that long. So meaning underwater, if someone attacks you with gas that doesn't affect your skin, it's specifically to be inhaled. You can hold your breath through it.
We're not talking about that time I ate all those onions, Shay. That is not a gas
It
attack.
was really bad.
Yeah, an auto lung may have helped with that. Internal, and then finally an internal defibrillator. So if you go down, if you hit 0 hit points, you get brought back up to 1 once every long rest.
That's huge.
Yeah. So there's a lot of choices, and anything that had multiple ratings does count as 2 cybernetic parts essentially, because the benefits for them are really good. They're really good. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions or wants me to go back over one of the things, if you haven't
What was
selected,
the
or if you,
Samato one again?
the Samato one.
What's the matter for you?
Somatosensory cortex. So there's fight or flight neurotransmitters, and then there's the wired reflexes. The wired reflexes has a 2 rating, so you can get +5 to your initiative, make it so you're not surprised and people don't have advantage when they sneak attack you. And then if you take the 2nd rating, you get an action surge, which gives you an extra action. That makes you like super fast. So like if you see in like Cyberpunk when people run at you like a blur, that's kind of what that is. And then flight reflex, or a flight neurotransmitter similar to that. It gives you, as a bonus action, you can dash similar to rogues and monks, which means you can move very fast. And then your movement no longer provokes attack of opportunity because of like how quick you move. People can't register your movement before you're gone. And then fight was the 3rd one in there, which gives you resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, similar to when you were a barbarian last season. And then it also gives you immunity to fear effects, so no one can fear you.
And was the defib 1 or 2?
1. It's actually only 1.
Perfect.
But it only works every long rest.
That's fine.
So that's to charge.
That's my insurance policy. So I realized I was starting to play this like I was a barbarian again, and then I was like, no, let's think about this. I'm a fucking druid. Let's not go nuts. So I think I know what I want.
Okay. Nice. Just out of curiosity, so Sai, you had a 4 in cyberware. Shay, what did you have?
4.
Oh, 4. Nice. Okay. Luke?
I chose 1.
1. Okay. And then Raven.
I chose the 1, and I'd like to
Okay.
go with the Trackmaster, please.
Okay, so the increased speed. Understood.
Yes.
So essentially your... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
Okay, I was just gonna say, so with the... You can have it to where it's like your legs if you want, or you can put it in your shell and say there's just boosters on your shell that make you
That's
move
what I was
faster.
thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to, with the background, it was the Comic Girls.
Comic Girls.
Background with the Comic Girls, right? Because they deal with rockets and stuff. I'm thinking I just got like a rocket built into my shell. So then, if Shay and I ever need to get away and she's on her roller skates and she just needs a turbo boost, I'm on her.
Yep.
roller
Yes, we can do that. And then you can add your Trackmaster to Shay if Shay makes the athletics check to hold you. Yeah, I'm so down
That's
for that.
amazing. That is fucking insanity.
Awesome. And then you can just because you only got the one cyberware that has the mechanical benefit, you can still say that your shell is all cybernetic and that you retract into it and it has like life support system in there, or like a little TV, AR TV, or however you want to describe your little shell home is completely up to you. It just won't have any added mechanical benefits.
That's totally fine. I just like it for the flavor. Thank you.
Yep. Ribbon text.
Right,
I love it.
So I wanna make sure that this makes sense considering what we've been talking about with my character. So for me, I think that the flight ability, because there's no reason that I need to stick around and try and fight people. Invisibility.
Okay.
Defib, because if I do get hit, I would like to not die.
That's smart.
And then I was thinking night vision, so I can try and attack people. So I can go invisible in the daytime and I can attack people at nighttime. So I'm full range.
Yeah, you got invisibility too to totally. So you had invisibility, night vision. What was the other two? Sorry.
The flight and the defibrillator.
Okay, flight and defib. There we go. Flight and then defib. Sick. And then here we got Trackmaster. And then Luke, what did you pick for your one? Just out of curiosity.
The somatic one, is there a like the not being able to be surprised? Is that a 1 or is that a 2 rating?
That's actually just a 1. So it's the first.
Okay.
It's the first Alpha Tech wired reflexes, and you can fluff them however you want them to look. They can be internal. You can literally have wires coming out of the back of your neck that connect to your shoulder and back if you want. It's just however you want to look is up to you. But they're essentially your reflexes are rewired to be very fast.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that one.
Okay, cool. So wired reflexes.
So Woodrow,
And then-
are you the one that's gonna add this into our sheets, or do we need to add it?
I would put it on your notes. I'm gonna make
Okay.
the items and actually add them to your sheet. So I would just put them in your notes so I have a reference in
Okay.
case I lose this paper I'm writing on for some weird reason, because it's happened before.
Yeah, that never happens, does it, Shay?
Yeah.
No, never. It's totally.
This is why
not
I have a
happening.
book.
Oh,
This is the
Luke,
same book from last year, or last campaign.
I got
Yes.
a special book, so I will want to
Note
keep notes,
takers.
but my filler paper didn't get here in time.
Oh no.
But
Oh,
this
there you
isn't, so
go.
I will take notes, so I will actually know what the hell is happening, because I will be
It helps.
forcing my brain to
Mm-hmm.
actively engage. The
It-
problem is my ADHD gets so bad that I like zone out entirely, and then
Yep.
Woodrow would be like, "It's your turn," and I was a barbarian, so I was like, I hit him with my axe
Also,
because that's all that I did.
yeah, we're doing this also online, which it's easier to pay attention when everyone's sitting around a table and connecting
Oh, yeah.
there in person. On here, you have so many things to distract you. On top of we're all like short attention span these days, so like
Oh, yeah.
totally understandable.
Yeah.
Notes are lifesaver though.
And they're so fun to look back on.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I wanted to get a nice notebook cover for it, because I was like, I know me and I love notebooks, but if I have a really, really nice cover, then I'm gonna want to put stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if we do like art of our characters and make it into stickers, like then you can put it on the book too.
Mhm.
Just that'd be sick.
It's happening.
It's a must.
Definitely happening.
It's a must.
Sai, just out of curiosity, what did you end up picking for your 4 cyberware pieces?
So you're muted.
Yeah. Or possibly.
Or you're gone.
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
No
doing
worries.
things. So I had a question on the dips thing.
Yes.
So for that, is it just you are they interchangeable, or do you pick the skill, or
So there, you get to pick one if you're only going to pick one for the cyber piece that lets you run dips. So like you pick the dip program, essentially like drive that goes in your brain, and then you can buy other ones if you want and pull them out and put them in, similar to how you like chip into things in Cyberpunk. You can pull out a chip and put another one in, so you can buy more and switch them out. So yeah, that's totally possible, because we can move all that stuff around on your sheet customly. So
Okay.
all your
And
proficiencies.
the X-ray thing with the eyes, was that a 1 level and it's either or with the dark vision, or was that a 2 level?
So X-ray is 1, and then if you wanted
Okay.
night vision, that would be another one. Yeah.
I already have dark vision, I think.
Yeah. So you don't need night vision. Yeah. You don't need night
Yeah,
vision at all.
exactly. The arms gave you strength 19, I think it was.
And a climb speed equal to your walking speed.
As a monk, does strength even factor into it, or am I all dex?
No, you choose when you are using your abilities if you want it to be dex or strength. You can be strength based or dex. Dex, however, will be specifically when you're trying to do things at range. But when you're like physically hitting people, you can pick.
Okay.
So if you want to be a shooter, I wouldn't go with that. I would go with like the smart weapon implant that makes you a better shooter or something.
You mean the smart targeting?
Yeah, the smart targeting. And as a monk, you might get a climb speed, depending on what you pick at level 3.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with 1 level of smart target,
Alright.
so I reroll once.
Yep.
X-ray. The thing for the skills
Okay, I did.
and the leg speed.
And then the track masters.
Yeah.
Alright. Movement speed, do-it-yourself program, a drive, X-rays, and smart target 1. Nice.
Do you want to know
Good
which
choices.
drive I'm picking?
Yeah, actually, just out of curiosity.
Probably new vision.
Oh, nice. Okay, and I do need to go around and get that from everyone now that you mention it. But out of curiosity, what skill are you picking for your dip to start with? Because you do get one choice for what skill or weapon or whatever you want.
What are my options in terms of skills?
So any skill that you have on your sheet, in terms of also use computer, if you want, if you already have proficiency in them, you'll get expertise. If you don't have proficiency in them, you'll get a half proficiency, essentially. I mean, sorry, a proficiency.
So with my background,
If you could, since your background is going to give you proficiency with use computers, you could pick use computers and gain expertise in it, if that's what you're
yes,
thinking.
that's what I want to
Okay.
do.
Okay, yeah, totally. Use comp, boom. So then we have that. And so you picked New Vision. Shay, for your operating system, what did you want to go with? If those are the ones that like let you connect through a distance, let you see people's vitals, magic, or give you a trance like an elf, essentially, psionic networking.
I was gonna go. I was thinking of going with the Elven. I don't know if that's a good choice.
It could be. It just depends on how you wanna run it. So it would essentially, you could put Elven tech on your psionic network and not have it pop up. So you could have like a whole kit for cutting people up, like a Jack the Ripper kit that's psionically connected to your network. So only other psionic people essentially could see it. Like normal people wouldn't be able to pick it up on your AR icon.
Yeah. Okay.
So you want to go with New Vision as well? All right, nice.
So I have limited notes on the ESOF thing. All I wrote down was remote and plus 60. So
Yes, so it lets you connect to things from a distance. The other benefit, that the reason a lot of people have it, is it's got the best defense out of all of the operating systems. So if someone tries to like quick hack you and get on your AR network real quick to, like, say, mess with your smart weapon or your cybernetics, they have to beat a DC. That DC is determined by your provider, essentially. So if you have ESOF, you're going to have the highest DC. The other 3 have, like, the same default base DC, which is essentially a 15. And then the ESOF has a increased one at an 18. So that's the benefit of ESOF. Besides, I did forget that to mention that, so thank you for asking.
Yeah. Can this change later?
Yeah, if you want to, go to a different provider later, you can change it.
Okay.
Luke, you're next in line. Which one did you want to go with?
Is this in the notes here? I was looking through.
Technically, if you go into the campaign area where you like select your character and scroll down, there is a cyberware section, and the first ones is like NOS, the Neuralink operating system. There is.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Okay.
Okay.
So I picked just one of those from the Neuralink operating systems.
Yeah, from the first 4 NOS systems there.
From the first 4, okay. So the one that does the whole meditating thing, does that replace the long rest, making it like a 4-hour long rest instead of an 8-hour?
Yeah, it turns people essentially into like so they can trance. And
Okay.
in that time, you can connect to psionic networks and like scroll the internet and connect, talk to people and stuff.
I think I'll go with that one as well. I feel like my guy would want to save time, especially trying to get work done.
Gotcha. That's why a lot of people take it. A lot of people take it for that sort of grind set, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Raven, what operating system did you want?
I went with Diaware.
Oh, nice, Cerberus, the Diaware.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. As a cleric, now you can just see.
The second you said health, she was in.
Yeah. I was like, that's me.
All right. So we are actually almost done. We just have one more category to go over, and that's the magic items, magic resources. So, Alex, or sorry, what did you
0.
0. Okay. Oh yeah, I can just look and deduct what people put in them if I'm smart. So Shay, you got a 3 in your magic resources.
Yep.
Okay, so for Druid, you're gonna have you're gonna get some spell component, your spell component pouch, and everything for there. You're gonna get a focus, components, focus, and then you're gonna get to. So you don't have to pick it right now. You can sort of look at the magic items, but you're gonna be able to pick a uncommon to common magic item to go along with your focus and your components. And if you don't want an item, nothing tickles your fancy, you can have a cache of 5 healing potions.
Ooh.
Okay.
Or some other magical potion, Ben, if you want. I think some of the magical potions might be common and stuff too, like water breathing and some of those. And then, so that was a 0.
So I'm reading through the absolute fucking tome of information that you have put under campaign.
Yep.
So when it talks about rigs,
Yeah.
do we buy those or?
You get one because of your background, so we'll go.
Okay.
I'll go over that at the end. It's like
Okay.
your
Just
item,
want to
yeah.
make sure I wasn't missing something.
Nope. Yeah, you get to customize a rig, and I'll kind of go over what that exactly is. Because to do the hacker actions you want to do, you actually need a rig. You can't just do that with your Neuralinks. All right.
Gonna be a console jockey, are you?
I am. And a monk.
And so,
Because
yeah,
I know
Shay,
Kung
you
Fu.
got focus components and one common to uncommon magic item or a cache of potions, healing potions. Luke, for magic, you picked a 4?
Yep. Picked a 4.
Okay. So, same thing I just said for Shay, except your item can be, doesn't have to just be common. It can be Let me look at I always forget how they classify these. Let me go to the magic items section real quick. I've played too many games to remember the rarities of these. So uncommon, common. So yeah, you can get up to a rare magic item.
Okay.
And then you also start with 2 healing potions on top of that. You don't have to either or, you just get 2 on top of your components and your focus. And then what components cover, just so this will be said at least once, components cover anything in your spell that doesn't have a cost associated to it. So if you have like, a burnt twig as your components, if you have spell components on you, you have the burnt twig. If you have something that's like, you need a 500 GP diamond, then you'll have to get that from somewhere, essentially. Just so we're aware when you're looking at your spells to take and stuff, looking at components will be super vital, because I'm going to be actually very picky about that in this campaign, because I didn't even worry about it last campaign because it was just extra stuff to worry about when you're all learning. But I want to pay attention to it this time, because it's actually a kind of dynamic part of the play, and I think it's very interesting to like go find spell components and stuff, the more rare ones.
Shay,
So.
we're gonna need to steal a lot of diamonds if I'm with anybody.
See, that's the
Diamond
thing
heist.
is you give me the list of what you need, and then whatever's left over, if they didn't happen, then that's just the extra income.
And
Well, you said 1 diamond, but he had 3 diamond rings on, so...
I took them all. He also had a little gold in his tooth. I might have snatched that while he was
Holy
unconscious.
the accent.
It's perfect.
I liked it.
Should know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm walking in
Look,
here.
Raven started it, and you know that I've got an issue with echolalia, so the second one person starts
same.
an accent, then I just spiral into it. That's all it takes.
We could just do Jersey accents the whole
I-
time. That'd be
The best part is I can't do a Jersey accent unless I'm talking to you, Raven. I start talking to you and it comes back out because you just do it all the time with me, and so it's fucking
Hold on.
insane.
You just gotta
There.
have a key phrase. It's just cup of coffee, and that'll
Yeah.
get you going on.
Yep, that
Give
gets
me some coffee.
Yep.
Cup of coffee.
Look at your name, Shay.
Cash me outside.
How about that?
Jesus. All right, so I just want to make sure for Magic 4, you get spell components, item up to rare magic item, and then 2 healing potions. Is
Yeah,
that
two normal healing potions. You also get a focus, so you'll get like whatever
Focus.
you want to describe as your sort of casting focus. When you have a focus, you don't have to dip into your free components. If you lose your focus or it breaks or something like that, you'd have to have a component pouch on you essentially to cast those spells.
okay?
And those things can break. There's an injury chart I will be using. So like if you get crit by the enemies, I'm not going to double damage because that just leads to people dropping fast. So instead, I'm using an injury chart. So you might like break your hand or like lose an eye or something like that instead of just taking massive damage and dying, because that's not fun.
Right.
Yeah. And this is more story driven. So.
This is sick. I'm so stoked for this.
And then I believe for you, Raven, that gives you a 3 in your magic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so similar to Shay, you get your components, any components you would need for the free ones. You'd get a focus on top of that as backup, and then you also get a common or uncommon magic item or potion, and then you can, if you don't want any of the potions or items, you can take 5 normal healing potions instead.
Can you tell me about the uncommon magic item?
So uncommon magic items, let's see, rarity, uncommon, common, and then just do filter. Yeah, there's a lot. So if you actually want to look at a comprehensive list and just kind of like go through them and really nitpick, you can go to game rules on the, if you look at like the tabs on D&D Beyond, not outside your sheet, but on like the website, game rules has a drop down, and in there is magic items. And if you click on it, you can set the rarity in your search parameters as common and uncommon and filter it, and it'll show you literally only those items. But some of the things that are on there are, let's see, it's an arm blade. So armor of gleaming, that's kind of more of a story thing. That's just like shiny armor. bag of holding, bag of tricks.
I can get a bag of holding.
Yeah.
I will choose that then, please, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, it's an uncommon item.
Wait, I feel like I should also have one so I can stuff the
You can.
body parts
You
in
can.
it.
I got it. It'll all
You
fit
got
in
it?
my bag. It never
Okay, if you got the body parts, then I'll just
I
work
got
on the
body
other
parts.
stuff.
Get whatever you want, Ma. I got you on the bag.
I'll look around, see what I can find.
So there's a special item that's called a bag of colding. This will make it so it's sort of like a medical. It's meant to carry body parts and food.
Yeah, it
so-
basically freezes it in stasis.
Yep.
That, please. That,
Yeah.
please.
Okay.
Is that
So,
the one
bag
that
of
you're taking,
colding-
Raven?
Yes.
Bag of colding. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Okay.
So where's the list that we look at for the items?
So if you go to the basic site of D&D Beyond and you go to their second tab, Game Rules, it'll drop down, and at the very bottom is a tab that says Magic Items. Off to the right, you'll see like races, monsters. It's at the bottom. It's the Magic Items. You can click on that, and then when that pops up, there's a rarity filter, and you can select common, uncommon, and for you, because you picked a 4 in your items, you can actually put rare in there too.
Ooh,
Okay.
tell us what comes with a rare.
There's some interesting
Alright.
things I think with rare.
Bag of gold. Bottomless.
Bottomless bag of gold.
That'd be silly.
No, adamantine armor. That makes you immune to critical hits, so you wouldn't get wounds.
Oh, I know what that's like.
Yeah, you had one in the last campaign. Yeah, that's true. Just sort by rarity, actually, if I can. Oh no, I can't. Let's see.
Yeah, Shay, sometimes you can get armor that makes you immune to critical hits. It's nice.
Ooh.
Tank.
Armor of resistance, so you can get a armor that gives you resistance to a type of damage. Necrotic, radiant, thunder, psychic, all those sort of rare damages. Armor of vulnerability, I think that's a cursed item. Yeah, I don't think you want that. +1 armor. Shield of arrow catching, which is actually pretty awesome. It essentially, if you're standing next to someone and they're getting shot at with ranged weapons, you can attempt to block, like take the hits for the person, because your shield sort of magnetically pulls, the projectiles to you, and it gives you more AC to projectiles. So instead of giving you +2 to your AC, against ranged attacks, you have a +4 to your AC actually. So that thing's pretty nice.
Ladies,
for
we're
rare.
gonna need to make some deals about any do-it-yourself programs that might be on these people when you're chopping them up. Just saying.
Some dip programs.
Yes, it's just a little chip that they might have. You slide the chip my way.
Ah, okay. You want to get in on this, huh?
Ooh, +1
I mean,
armor, +1
A
weapon.
wise choice.
if you're gonna be chopping them in pieces anyway,
Or recycling for the good of the environment.
right?
Yeah. We just
Waste not,
waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want everything. Waste nothing.
But so
not,
that's
want
essentially the magic items. Shay, you can go through and
Oh.
kind of select what you want. Luke, you can look through. What were you gonna say?
Woodrow, would you switch my X-ray to a remote jet, please?
Your X-ray to remote jack. Heard.
Yes. Because I wouldn't be much of a hacker if I couldn't, remotely hack.
That would help. You could still, physically connect to everything, or try to go in through the fragile Bluetooth. No.
My motorcycle just has a huge dish on it.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, no. So
Some
the benefit,
person.
Thing.
the benefit of the remote jack, just so you're aware, because with your if you like busted out your laptop and sat at a table somewhere, you could get to the networks that are within range. But if you want to do it covertly and just walk around and have your Neuralink connected to your rig so no one can see it, and you're using your eye essentially in your Neuralink to do run the programs and stuff like that. So it makes your hacking covert is what that would do.
Yeah.
It's not the only way you could get into electronics. It's just a little better because you can actually be on site.
So I'm sorry. I know that you've already said this twice. Where am I going to see what I can get for like the item?
So if you just go to the regular D&D site, there's like tabs at the top, collection, game rules. If you go to game rules, on the right you'll see races, monsters, backgrounds, and then magic items at the bottom. And then there's some feats and some other stuff there too. But magic items is what you want, and then you can sort of filter out the rarity from there. I really dig the music you've been playing tonight. It's really good.
Thanks.
Very happy with
super
that
synthwave.
epidemic sound.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot
nice.
of time it's
Epidemic?
hit or miss. Yeah, a lot of time it's hit or miss because EDM is just a catch-all category for them apparently.
Yeah.
But a lot of the songs that we were looking at for the intro and outro for the show were labeled as future bass. So that's what I selected, and then yeah, that
Like replaces synthwave, because that's kind of synthwave, but not quite.
let me see here.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Music, view all. So under electronic, they have Bit Music, Darkwave, EDM, Electro Swing, Eurodance, Footwork, Future Bass, Hardstyle, IDM, which is intelligent dance music, Indietronica, Jersey Club, Melodic Techno, Minimal Techno, Psytrance, Synthwave, Techno Trance, Trap EDM, and Vaporwave.
I want to say 60% of that is made up.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's all technically made up when you think about it.
I'm
but-
going to Trap
Um,
EDM, and that's how we're going to play.
Shocking.
Alright. And then I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so one of the things we still need to do is your rig side. You essentially just get one, and the one I'm gonna give you is done by this company. It's the Sato Rigs. It's actually like I'm giving you the best one essentially that's on the market before any upgrades are done to it. Real quick, I think I have it in my homebrew items. You can actually add it to your sheet if you go into your equipment and search under items SATO, or actually type in rig, because I use an accent mark in the Sata Japanese accent mark, so type in
Of course
rig.
you did.
Yeah.
So
Should be the
Woodrow,
Sato
I think
Yeah.
I might want a bag of tricks, a gray bag of tricks.
Okay, I'll look into it. You can get one. And just
So-
remember that magic is not illegal. Magic tech, like making, creating, distributing magic tech is, but using magic isn't illegal. So you can use this stuff in public, and it'll have weird consequences. Some people might fight you. Some people might just be confused. You don't know. You never know what's going to happen when you introduce magic. It's kind of interesting.
Well, so
So
the
I'm
thing that
excited.
this just seems like fun, because it's like you have a half pound bag, you pull out a little fuzzy thing, you chuck it 20 feet, and then it turns into some animal, and then I can turn into an animal, and now there's two fucking animals coming at you.
You could be a bear and you could summon a brown bear. Two bears,
Yep.
baby.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like it. So it
Badger
depends on
and
what
a
you
wombat.
roll. But if I do the gray one, it can be a weasel, a giant rat, a badger, a boar, a panther, a giant badger, a dire wolf, or a giant elk.
Giant elk, dude. Giant
That'd be
elk.
terrifying.
Elks scare the life
You
out
could
of
be a badger
Okay, so-
riding a giant elk.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I can make so many like terrifying things happen between what I would turn into and what I would summon.
I'm over here, hacking ATMs and shit, and she's just throwing out elks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I threw an elk at him.
Yeah.
I mean, but think about, I'm a druid. It makes sense.
So good for you.
It just
I feel so sorry for your apartment, because you're a druid, and you're in a fucking you're in a
teeny
cyberpunk.
apartment. Yeah, I spend my
city.
time outside as much as possible,
In the
and then I go
concrete
back
and
to the
steel?
apartment
Yeah,
to
I
sleep.
understand.
So
You don't understand, because the whole point is I'm trying to prove that druids can still thrive even in the city, and it's okay that we have tech. It's not the end of the world.
I'm sensing that in Raven's shell, there's going to be like a bonsai.
I'm
Yep.
gonna have like a collection of herbal teas.
In your bag of colding. Yes.
Earl Grey.
Iced herbal teas.
Iced herbal teas. It's modern. Okay.
They sit right next to the body parts that are cooling.
Oh my god. You
No
know what?
cross-contamination. It's
You
magic.
use frozen fingers to stir your iced tea.
Ah!
You.
Metal.
Oh! It
So-
got so much worse.
Then it doesn't water down your iced tea because it's just a frozen finger. It's
Real quick,
Mm.
Sai, if you
Yeah.
look at the power rig, just so you can know exactly kind of how this works, you have numbers here, right? You have
yep.
these values,
8644.
8644. You get to put one of those in each of these things, and the way it works, upgrading countermeasure slots, it's exactly, if you put something in the 8 there, for instance, you can have 8 countermeasures running at once, or upgradable programs, which I will be making all those before we start. There are things that like
Okay.
increase your range and stuff like that. So that's like your upgrade / countermeasure slots. Attack. So if you go to do physical damage with your rig, it's essentially a data attack, and you'll have to use your rig's attack rating, which will be whatever this is, and it's usually plus your proficiency. And then firewall is the number that will go into your DC, so it'll be a 10 plus whatever rating you put into firewall is what it takes to break your rig. And this will actually, they'll have to go through your rig to break into your neural link, because more than likely you'll always have them linked together. So they'll essentially have to go through your rig's firewall to get in, to try and like quick hack you or fuck with your smart weapons or stuff. And then the cool thing is, if you link everyone else on your network like Shadowrunners do, they'll get that protection from your rig as well.
Yeah.
So if someone tries to fuck with any of your teammates, they have to go
I
through
am your brain
firewalls.
condom.
Yep. Yes. And so that's firewall, and then Snoop is how stealthy your rig is. So the way the way Overwatch score works, you can get into a system. Once you get into a system, you can hide, and you'll be hidden from them doing perception checks. But as you're in there doing illegal activities and changing the systems, you create a data footprint like we've talked about prior. The way that works is every time you take an illegal action, I roll a set of dice based on the security of the system you're in. So like, let's say it's, for instance, 4d6. I'll roll 4d6. Would be crazy. I got 10, 22 on 4d6. Whatever your Snoop variable is, subtracts from what I roll on that Snoop score before I add it to your Overwatch score, essentially. And then once your Overwatch score hits a threshold, whatever the threshold is for the system you're in, your Netwatch essentially knows where you are. You can think of it that way, and they will start fucking with you remotely, because they don't have to check for you anymore. Once you hit that Overwatch, you're pinged. Essentially, they know you're there and they find you, because everyone in the system, all the defenses start going for you. There's no more like small passive just checks. They know something's there and everything goes on lockdown essentially. So that's how that works.
Okay.
So that's why your rig is important.
And you said that this is the best that there is?
Essentially, without upgrading it with programs and countermeasures and stuff, this is the best like stat block you can get. And since you're starting as a hacker and it's your background, I'm giving you a good rig. And this is, since you went into debt, I'm not gonna make you like buy it or anything like that. This is just part of the stuff, the equipment you bought for that job, and you got the best shit. So that's why you have this. And then one thing I do want to ask you, when you went into debt, is there a specific company you were thinking of you wanted to go into debt to, or was it more like gang or criminals? Or
I was thinking like whatever the fixer was for that mission.
Okay, you want him to have flipped your cover, so you owe him? Okay, that's actually really interesting. I like that. So Kildor, he's known as Mez, which is short for Mesmer, because he does these hologram drum and bass shows all over the galaxy. So Mez is sort of the guy you'll be indebted to. Okay, let me write that down. And I think that is actually everything that we have to go over for me. If there's any questions you guys have or anything you want to go over and ask me before we wind down or end, let me know.
So if you want to note this down, as far as the distribution of those numbers on the rig.
Is it in private?
No.
Or
I was just going to tell you.
oh, sorry. I thought you. My bad. Good.
So in the order that they're listed on the equipment. So upgrade 6, attack 4, firewall 4, and snoop 8.
All right, awesome. That is really good, actually. That's a good choice. And just so you're aware, as a bonus action on your turn, you can switch those values for based on what you're doing at that moment. So you don't.
I thought they were permanently on the deck.
Nope.
So.
Nope. You get to switch them around, but it does take a bonus action on your turn.
Oh no.
But
it went from not being able to do it to being able to do it almost whenever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Darn.
Darn.
Shucks.
But yeah, that's essentially everything I needed. I've got so much stuff to do now. I'm so excited. This is such an awesome group. I didn't see Black Market Turtle Cleric coming.
You didn't have that on your bingo sheet?
No, I didn't.
And we've got like a whole group involved in one way or another, so our stories are intertwining quickly already. This is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, and I'll create some contacts for you guys to have. I'll just drop it in our group chat once I get a couple contacts created, and you guys can kind of pick who you know over like once we're and then just the next time we have or whatever, however many. I can't remember how long you're going to be in Germany, Shay, but we got a while to.
So that's kind of the shit thing is if, and I'm still waiting to see if it even is happening because they put the funding request in, and I have to see if they're actually going to fund it, but they should, because otherwise I don't know what class I'm going to go to, because I teach, like, I'm the superintendent for the schoolhouse, and I'm a language instructor for all of the classes that I would then have to take if they don't approve me to go to this thing. But if they do, I'm gone all of April.
Okay, so we'll have a month of in between time. Yeah.
All of April and the first Wednesday of May.
Oh, yep. And I don't get back until the first Saturday in May.
Yeah.
So
all right.
It's
that's what,
it's 5 weeks.
2 months from now, essentially, almost.
May 8th would be the first one after.
So here's my question for you, Woodrow.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too much work for us to start in March, and then if you guys wanted to do one shots or even get together and discuss more about plans and stuff while I'm gone,
or even have sent your character on a mission, or
something like where it's not like you guys. Hold on one sec. Conant, calm down.
The bird wants to make a character.
He's losing his damn. I'm pretty sure that Onyx was on his cage and he was yelling at Onyx. Anyway,
he's in the gray bag right now. He wants out.
That's it. He's like, throw me 20 feet away from this damn cat. But yeah, like if you guys wanted to send my character, like if we were sending me off on some kind of a mission, whatever, and I can work with Woodrow when I get back on a little bit of the backstory on what would have resulted from that, you guys can still play while I'm gone, but I'll effectively be out for 5 weeks.
So that is a possibility. We could definitely do that. I'm down for starting, whenever. I just need essentially 1 week, so not next week, but if we want to start the week after, I just need some time to sort of condense everything I got. But that there's totally story room to do any of that stuff. If anyone has to step out for any sort of time, we could do some crazy. I've actually got an idea already for you, Shay, since you're doing the druid thing. There's a contact I've already made who goes by Abyssi Sweetmane Voodoo, and he's essentially essentially a ranger. He's kind of like, he would know you through the druidic teachings. He would have sort of been the person you kind of initially learned divine nature magic from. And there could easily be something in connection there that could be a mission you go off and do easily. There's some things that will connect you to like stuff that's kind of not necessarily on the moon you're on, so you could go do something there, or there's all kinds of stuff we could think about. So don't feel afraid to like, if life happens, we can make it work.
Right. Well, and I think that. Oh my gosh.
Sweetmane. No, he's a ranger who has a beehive essentially as his companion, so it follows him around, and his mane is dreadlocked with honey.
That's so cool.
Wow.
It's sweet meat. She's gonna spend 5 weeks disassembling his entire body.
Yeah, and I've added stuff to my backstory, that I'm hoping will work out, but we can talk about it offline. I don't think that.
Okay,
I think
yeah,
it'd be
I'll
funner
definitely go.
for the audience to
Are
hear
you
about
telling
it.
him to cash you outside?
Yeah, cash me outside.
Oh, I will.
What you think about that?
But yeah, I think I'm good. Does anybody else have anything?
This was so informative. I feel very prepared, so I'm feeling good.
Oddly, I do too, and I'm normally completely lost on these, like, every time. I'm like, Woodrow, what should I do now? And he was like, well, you could, I don't know, cast this giant fucking meteor you have. And I was like, oh, I'll do that. Like, that's literally how all last season went.
And now it's a giant elk.
Yes, now I'm gonna throw an elk at someone, which sounds amazing.
That's
I'm
that's
gonna be
actually
like,
where the comic girls got their name.
I'm gonna chuck it and be like, eat elk, and then it's gonna be like a giant rat, and I'm gonna be like, fuck.
Maybe next time.
No, so I'm gonna keep trying. Damn it!
God.
I got 2 more in here. Just keep throwing them.
So I'm. Is your gang gonna be the the elk chuckers or the sack tossers?
Look, it.
I don't know about that
Longhorn?
second name sheet.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it, because I don't toss the sack. I toss the little fur balls.
Tribble? The Tribble?
The tribbles. The tribble makers.
Oh my God.
Fun.
You know, the funniest part is I actually had for a really long time, I had a tribble that was part of my, like, flights. It was like my flight's mascot, and people would, like, catch him and he would shake and laugh, and it was terrifying because people would do that in the middle of an office space that's, like, dead silent and everybody's working and it's quiet.
Wait, did it sound like a chirp or like a purr?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
It was
So the
both.
chirp is actually them being terrified. The purr is them being happy.
It is.
I think you got a knockoff Tribble. You got a.
Oh, I'm sure.
You got a Kmart Tribble. It's like the
Yeah,
GoBot
probably.
of Tribble.
That's fine. Does anybody have any other questions or any other things?
I'm
that they
really
wanted
excited
us
because
to-
I can catch bullets at level 3.
That is
Yeah, you can.
So our next session will be not next week, but the following.
Yes.
If that's when everyone's fine with starting, then yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think.
So since that is a change, Luke, do you also agree to not next week but the week after?
I mean, yeah, I'll
No.
have to
Oh no, it'd be the
make sure I get all this stuff worked out. But sure.
Okay.
Cool.
Just making sure because we were talking about not starting for months. So
Yeah.
Well, so if you guys
That's not
want
too
to
much
wait,
pressure on you,
can,
right?
If
But
we wait until Shay's back from her trip, I can get some artwork put together that we can use for the campaign.
so what? Okay, what's the
I'm okay
what's
with
the
that, too.
consensus? I am
I
fine.
want to throw Luke under
Either
the
way.
bus.
How about this? We don't need to figure this out live.
Yeah.
We will let everybody know.
Okay.
Stay tuned. It's almost like you should be subscribed. Maybe hit that bell. Pay attention to community posts. You know, follow Red Valkyrie on Twitter. I don't know. Maybe just do all of those things. Then you'll know what's happening because we sure as shit don't right now.
So there are 2 videos I am required to play
Uh-oh.
right now.
you- mm,
What?
small
one,
ones?
Very small.
Okay. Yay!
That was one. Where the hell did the other one go? Oh. In honor of our long dead brethren.
Oh, Namgolg. Oh,
Oh, we
Namgolg.
missed him.
there's
Can
a
there be
place
like a
called
shrine to him somewhere?
there's a graveyard of from the founders of the city and the people who founded it. There's also a place called the Achenbach Trading Shop.
Oh my god,
Alright.
yes.
That's so good.
Or
All right.
Achenbach, yeah.
This was
Akbanak.
Akbanak. Like, you're the one that named him.
No, that's the name. No, that's the name of the shop. It's Ak and Gok, like you're gawking.
Oh, so it's Nongol Akbanak's shop, the Achenbach.
Well, it's his children. He's got grandkids that run it.
Grandkids.
Yes, so we
named
can
it
go
Akbanak.
kidnap his grandchildren.
And the terrorization of the Akbanak family.
And it
His lineage shall
Continues.
never recover.
No, leave him alone.
No.
You made the mistake of telling Sai that they had grandkids.
Uh-huh.
You knew what this was.
Well,
You know
I'm
what?
super
I'm just going to
stoked.
show up, bust in the shop, and it's going to be...
Dick twist!
Jesus.
But I'm a monk, so I
Awful.
have multiple attacks each round now. So there we go.
So you can twist multiple dicks.
Exactly.
Good job.
Exactly.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Twist on, twist on, twist on.
Oh my god. You made it a Mr. Miyagi thing.
I did.
No one has seen this outro yet. I am really
Nope,
fucking
just me.
excited. Let me kill the
Let's
music.
go.
All right.
And it just to let you know, Sai, it does have another like 10 to 15 seconds of black. So after it cuts, then you can hit end stream and it should be fine.
So
Okay.
we should say goodbye now?
Yes.
Yeah, goodbye everybody! We will see you at some point in the future.
Really?
Woodrow, your mic just switched.
It died. Sorry.
That's okay. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming, and please subscribe to Valkyries Play. That's where we're gonna be.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.